You guys are first. You guys are walking out together. You can go hand in hand if you want.
Welcome to Indian Wells, California, in the beautiful Coachella Valley. It's here that we find the 2022 Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships. Don't miss a second of the action as the world's best players compete to earn cash prizes and the coveted title of National Champion. The 2022 Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships are brought to you by Margaritaville, City of Indian Wells, Franklin Sports, Consumer Cellular, Fila, Yola Pickleball, Paddle Tech, Pickleball Central, Rockin' Protein, and Selkirk.
Welcome to Indian Wells, California, site of the Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships. We are here at the Indian Wells Tennis Garden. Christine, it doesn't get any nicer than this. This is the mecca of pickleball, and all of the best players in the sport have been here all week. But today, it is all about pro men's and women's doubles here on Championship Court. With that being said, great matchup for you here early on. Your 6 seed, Lauren Stratman and Paris Todd, taking on the 11 seed, Mary and Maggie Brasha. That being said, we are going to throw it down courtside for our player introductions.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Who is ready for some pro women's doubles? Your first team this morning, the 11 seed out of Mission Viejo, California, Mary Brasha. Playing alongside her, also out of Mission Viejo, California, Maggie Brasha. Their opponent in this first round matchup out of Knoxville, Tennessee, the 6th seed, Lauren Stratman. And her partner from Fort Myers, Florida, Paris Todd. Your lead referee for this matchup out of Punta Gorda, Florida, Andrea Aiken.
3 minutes, players, 3 minutes.
Well, we are ready to go. A fun-filled men's and women's pro doubles day here at the Indian Wells Tennis Garden for the 2022 Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships. Dominic Catalano here alongside me is Christine Barksdale. Christine, thank you first and foremost for joining me. And so,
Always excited to be here.
Christine's kind of muted right now, but what we have right here, as you see, all of our fans are already into it. It's first round. We haven't even played yet. As you see on court, though, the players getting warmed up. Here's your head-to-head women's pro double matchup here, brought to you by Paddle Tech. You have Mary and Maggie Brasha, the Brasha sisters, taking on Paris Todd and Lauren Stratman.
We have a pretty exciting day out here. You know, it's a beautiful weather. As you said, we couldn't ask for a more perfect day of weather. So these players have got to be really pumped up just about that, to be out here in this amazing environment. And what I'm super excited about is this matchup. I think this matchup it's going to be very interesting, because I feel like each team has a player that plays soft, very steady, very consistently. And then they have a partner that loves to go out and finish the point, finish the ball, maybe hitting a little bit harder. I think this just makes up for a nice matchup against both teams because they're very similar. It's going to be, to me, it's going to come down to who does their role, performs their role on the court the best today.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a fun one here to start off. Again, Paris Todd, we saw her a lot yesterday here on the championship court over the last, actually, 2 days in singles and in mixed doubles. She took a bronze medal yesterday with J.W. Johnson in mixed doubles. But our first time seeing the Brasha sisters, absolutely incredible duo here. You're going to see a little countering styles a little bit out of the Brashas. Mary Brasha there in the almost rose-colored shirt and the black Selkirk paddle. Great resetter. Will stay in long dink rallies. Maggie Brasha, her sister, in the white dress and the white Selkirk paddle. Plays a little harder. Will play with a little more pace using that Selkirk air paddle. And so we'll see what we have here as on the other side of the ball with Paris Todd and Lauren Stratman. Both of them hard hitters, want to play fast. Lauren Stratman, have talked to her a bunch, have known her since she started in the pickleball game. She likes playing fast, pace, and she wants to say, okay, I'm going to go at you hard here until you can stop it.
And that's it. And I can see that. I can see that mix. You know, I played like you. I've known Lauren since she got into the sport. But when she first came in, she was really a steady Eddie. She was great at digging out the ball, fishing out those, you know, hard to reset balls, and that was her thing. But it sounds like she really enjoys maybe hitting the ball a little bit hard and then going to that style if she has to. But she can also play an extremely patient game.
Looks like
when she needs to.
Yeah, looks like these ladies are ready to go. Andrea Gately out of Punta Gorda, Florida, your USA Pickleball certified referee for this matchup.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Mary and Maggie Brasha on the far end. Lauren Stratman, Paris Todd on the near end. Paris Todd in the neon green. Lauren Stratman in the black with purple shorts.
and Paris Todd.
Mary Brasha in the rose shirt with the black paddle. Maggie Brasha in the white dress with the white and red Selkirk paddle.
0-0-2.
And we're underway. Ball falls in for Stratman as almost the half I apologize right there.
Zero, 0-1. Second server. Zero, 0-2.
Lauren Stratman trying to blow that over.
It's going to take a lot of air to blow that over, but it's worth a shot if you think of it.
Just trying.
0-0-1.
Nice pull right there in the middle from Mary Brasha. She created that reach in, finding that hole in the middle, and the Brashas are on the board first.
1-0-1.
Ooh, and Maggie Brasha just a little too big on that forehand right there, but a great point.
One, 0-2. Side out.
And a good ball by Stratman, finally able to get that ball down at the feet of Maggie Brasher right there, Christine.
Yeah, it's so tough to dig those out. We definitely will see all of these ladies dig some of those out today for sure, because they're all scrappy and consistent.
Second server.
Looked like Lauren was just pushed a little bit back off the net. I think otherwise she probably would have been liked grabbing that out of the air.
2.
That ball drops in off the tape right there for Maggie Brasher. And we're seeing it early. Maggie Brasher being just a little more aggressive than Sister Mary.
1-0-1.
Oh, nice two-hander rip right down the boulevard.
Divided the partners up. They both watched it kind of sail by. But what I like about the Brashes is that combo of soft and hard, basically. It makes them a very effective duo.
Ball gets just a little past Mary Brasher right there.
Two 0-2. Side out.
3 of the 4 players here on court
0-2-1.
playing for Team Selkirk. Lauren Stratman, the lone Electrum player. Oh, and a little too big there from Maggie Brasher as Paris Todd speeds up right at her two-handed backhand, and
1-2-1.
Todd and Stratman on the board. Nice leave there from Mary Brasher as that ball sails long. Again, seeing these hands battles happen frequently early on, Christine.
That's a pretty common occurrence in ladies doubles. They do like to play hard and fast, resetting it when they can.
That's nice cross-court think there from Maggie Brasher. And again, I don't know if Stratman expecting that. I think she's almost expecting Maggie Brasher to pull the trigger there. Oh, and Mary Brasher going just a little long there. Nice job of Lauren Stratman getting out of the way of that.
What I'm really appreciating here, just watching Mary and all these ladies, they do an outstanding job of staying low, keeping their paddles up, and that's what makes them extremely effective in these hand battles.
Point.
Looks like to me like Paris dropped her paddle, just as I was just mentioning. Paris dropped her paddle just a little bit, so she got caught off guard when the ball came back to her just as fast as she struck it in the first place.
3-1-2. Point. Timeout receivers.
Got a timeout here from Lauren Stratman and Paris Todd as Maggie and Mary Brasher take a 4-1 lead here on championship court. And you see Stratman and Todd complete separate sides of the court here during the timeout. Maggie and Mary Brasher both going to their sideline.
And it's a good place timeout. I know it's a little bit early in the game, but the Brashers have gotten several points in a row. With Stratman and Todd remaining, haven't added another point to the board yet, right? So I think it's a well-placed timeout. Just again, momentum. We've talked about that. I don't like for a player or a team to go really more than 3 or 4 points before you say, you know what, we need to change the momentum. Of course, each team gets 2 timeouts per game, and they can't take them with them, so they got to pick and choose when they get to use those 2 one-minute timeouts.
All right, so from this timeout, it will be the Brasha serving. Up 4-1 here in game number 1.
4-1-2.
Just wide on that
Side out.
reset from Mary Brasha, and a side out to Stratman and Todd. Good timeout here.
It's definitely what you want to come back into, winning that next rally.
Oh, nice hands there from Paris Todd as she finds an opening in the middle. Watch her, nice short and sweet with that two-hander.
2-4-1.
A little bit of a miss hit. She was ready for it, ready to go for it. Just miss hit it off the side of the paddle a bit. Sent it a little bit long.
2-4-2.
Oh, and Mary Brasha getting out of the way as that ball goes long.
I'd like to see Stratman settle in just a little bit, maybe soften up her balls for a bit until she really gets her game dialed in. This is all players' first match of the day, is that correct?
Yeah. A little wide there from Maggie Brasha on the cross-court dink battle with Lauren Stratman.
4-2-2.
So it's not a terrible decision, but the issue was that Paris Todd read it so well. So she reads her partner Stratman being pulled all the way off the court, and so she slides to the middle, covers that gap. Beautifully done by Paris Todd.
Yes, out.
The ball called out on the serve from Todd.
2-4-2.
Oh, what a reset there from the Brashas. Just throwing up lob after lob. And then the beautiful reset on the forehand from Mary Brasha, as you saw right there. They were not going to go away throughout that whole point.
They absolutely were not going away.
Yes.
That was an outstanding rally we got to see here early in the match.
Second server. Four, 2-2.
Yeah, and that was unfortunate ball there for Maggie Brasha. She popped up that ball in the middle, and it allowed Todd to speed that up. They come out on top.
2-4-1. Point.
I really like Todd's two-handed backhand there in the center. She anticipates it well, but my favorite thing about her stroke is it's short. She's got a short backswing and a short, quick shot. Comes at you fast, and it's hard to read.
Oh, and right off the right arm of Mary Brasha by Lauren Stratman, and we're
Stratman grabbed that ball from below the net. It's a tough ball to grab over and hit on, but she hit it perfect on her right shoulder.
Yep, all tied up now here at 4.
4-1.
Maggie Brasha
Second
getting
server.
some love off the tape right there. And Paris Todd's block going wide. Still all tied here at 4. Game 1, 2 out of 3, first round matchup.
4-4-2.
Winner gets Jessie Irvin and Anna Bright. Oh, Stratman lets that go. Good job right there. I like the movement from Maggie and Mary Brasha, but again, leaving that ball up just a little too much for
Yes.
Stratman to take advantage.
5-4-2.
Oh, what hands from Paris Todd just to get that up and over and actually do something with it. Impressive.
Without popping it up was amazing, right? She managed to keep the ball low.
Good attack there from Maggie Brasha as Mary steps aside and lets Maggie take over.
4-6-1.
Yeah, and the last thing that the Brasha sisters want right now is to get into a firefight with Paris Todd and Lauren Stratman. Now that Stratman and Todd are warmed up. See right there, Paris Todd's teeing off on that.
And they're getting caught. She's getting caught. Maggie Brashas are getting caught about midway up, so they're not quite making it in. I would almost prefer to see them do a third ball drop. Another timeout here, which another well-placed timeout.
Yeah, it's a 6-4 lead here for Stratman and Todd. What is it that you're seeing, Christine, that we need out of Maggie and Mary Brasha to get back in this match?
Well, at this point, as you had just started to point out, is they're getting into these battles quickly, and because they're getting caught a little bit further back in the court. They're forced to defend from the baseline of the court, and that makes it extremely tough. Or even 3/4 of the way in, if they could maybe do some drops, do some third ball drops rather than third ball drives, that would give them an opportunity, perhaps, to get into the net and then start the dinking and set the ball up for maybe even some of those quick exchanges. But you've got to get to the net first before you can really get into those battles and successfully win them. So it'll be interesting to see when they come out from this timeout if they formed a new strategy or if they're just using this as a momentum breaker.
Each team has one timeout.
Let's see as we come back in from this timeout. It's 6-4-1 with Paris Todd serving game number 1.
6-4-1. Point.
Almost a little miscommunication in the middle right out of the timeout. Not the start after the timeout that Maggie and Mary Brasha wanted. Oh, not a bad idea right there from Mary Brasha. She just overhits it. She had Stratman leaning in.
8-4-1.
Oh, and
Point.
Mary looking over at Maggie and almost looking, going, were you there?
And they're still getting stuck back at the baseline versus trying to get in. And granted, Stratman and Todd are kind of preventing that from happening by keeping the ball deep in the court and taking advantage of the pace that's being generated.
just long off the tape right there for Todd. But this is a 7-0 run here from Todd and Stratman as they were down 4-2.
4-2.
Good battle there from Mary Brasha. And again, that's how the Brasha sisters are going to stay in this. They're going to need to elongate these points, get Paris Todd and Lauren Stratman into some dink battles, keep that ball low, and do not allow Todd and Stratman to attack. Again, right there. I don't mind the third shot drive, but give me a fifth shot drop to get in there, right?
Yeah, at this point, I'd really like to see them do a third ball drop.
Oh, great ball right there from Maggie Brasha. Again, reaching in, taking that ball out of the air, finding the sideline.
Absolutely using her height to take advantage of that, you know, being able to pull it right down the line.
5-9-2.
And there, as you just mentioned, she used the fifth ball drop to get them both in there and get set up.
Yeah, and a quick timeout here from Paris Todd and Lauren Stratman as they're going to kind of slow the momentum down. Not real much. Oh, now Stratman's going to come over, and she wants to have a word with her partner, Paris Todd. Typically during timeouts, they've been separate. Now I think Stratman wants to say something to her partner and kind of strategize here. And what was the difference here between the Brashas now getting back in this, Christine?
I feel like they're starting to actually slow the ball back down again. They still want to take advantage of driving the ball. It looks like they're trying to drive the first ball, maybe take advantage of an easy pop-up, let Maggie come in and finish the ball, but they're also doing a little bit better job of slowing the ball down a little bit, dinking a little bit more, extending the rallies, as you mentioned earlier, Dominic. And I feel like that is turning the tables just a little bit for them and has forced this timeout.
So good timeout here, I think, from Stratman and Todd. They give up 2 quick points. They slow the momentum of the Brashas, hopefully for them. But we'll see what happens here out of this timeout as the Brashas are now within 3.
6-9-2.
Oh, right there, Paris Todd speeding up a ball off her shoe tops right there. Beautifully done right at the body of Maggie Brasha.
And that's just not a ball you expect to be sped up. You know, you're expecting another softball back, and it definitely caught Maggie off guard.
9-6-1.
Yeah, good spot right there, but that ball by Maggie Brasha is set up by Mary Brasha's ball to the back corner of Lauren Stratman.
9-6-2.
Tough because Maggie Brasha really didn't get much on that speed up, so you're just putting a ball on a tee for Paris Todd to tee off on. And it is a game point number 1 here for Paris Todd and Lauren Stratman in game number 1. Oh, a little inside-out forehand there for Mary Brasha. It's a gutsy call here on game point. Sets up her sister Maggie for the put-away.
That gets back to it's tough to win that finishing point in this sport. You got to win it.
Yeah, that's a great pressure dink right there from Maggie Brasha. And they get back within 3.
7-10-1.
Mary Brasha just not getting on top of that, just gets underneath. Sails long.
Seven, 10, 2.
Wow, all of a sudden, Mary Brasha has awakened here.
Mary saved the day on that point. What an outstanding dig. And then got him back up to the net.
Yes, ma'am. 8, 10, 2.
A little long, so both Mary and Maggie Brasha going long on third shots on that service game. Side out, it'll be game point number 2 for Stratman and Todd.
10, 8, 1.
Oh, jammed up. Mary Brasha did Paris Todd in game 1, going to Lauren Stratman and Paris Todd by a score of 11-8. We'll take a commercial break. On the other side of that commercial, game 2 here at the Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships.
Match point. It's all up to me. Nothing can get in my way. And when they ask, what are you gonna do next? I'll say, I'm going.
We're going to Margaritaville!
You can go to Margaritaville too. Visit MargaritavilleResorts.com.
Beautiful Indian Wells Tennis Garden here in Indian Wells, California, site of the 2022 Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships. Game 2 about to get underway. First round, women's pro doubles. Game 1 going to Todd and Stratman, 11-8.
Side up. Zero, 1.
Oh, nice inside out forehand there from Mary Brasha. Set up beautifully on a good third shot drive from Maggie Brasha.
The Brashas have a fantastic positive attitude. They play well together as sisters. I anticipate them having a fresh new plan for this game.
Oh, nice right there. And Brasha's coming out fast here in game number 2.
And I always love the Brashas are smiling all the time. They look at each other, they laugh, they support each other. What a great duo.
2-0-1.
Oh, Oh, Stratman trying to cut that backhand really tight to the net. Unsuccessful, and a 3-0 lead here for Maggie and Mary Brasha. And Mary Brasha going body up on Lauren Stratman. Great extended point there from all four of these ladies.
Timeout receivers.
But Mary and Maggie Brasha coming out on top, and a timeout here from Paris Todd and Lauren Stratman as they are sensing this one getting a little bit away from them, Christine. What's the game plan here to slow down the Brashas?
You know, I'm sure they got caught off a little bit off guard by the fact that they just won that last game. They were coming back in on a winning streak, feeling really good about it. So I imagine what they're going to need to do is settle in, refocus on their game and what got them that first round, right? And it's difficult. You know, you win the first game, you think, oh, we've got this made, but you cannot let up. You've got to keep going, keep forward, keep momentum. And I think this was a well-placed timeout for them because the Brashas definitely have come out on fire with a brand new plan to win this round.
Well, how about the Brashas just hanging out on the baseline going, hey, we don't need to change anything. It's not our timeout. We're cruising. We're going to stick with this game plan. Here we go.
Time in. 4-0-1. Point.
Paris Todd mad at herself as she hits that. She goes, that was out, which it probably was, but
5-0.
trying to force something there, and a 5-0 lead for Maggie and Mary Brasha. Wow, and this is just a total change of momentum here in game number 2, Christine.
It is, and it's extremely difficult to stop the momentum. You think you've got it because you just won the first game.
6-0-1.
And then you let it get to you. You've got to remain positive.
Oh, change of pace right there. I was expecting Maggie Brasha to rip that third shot.
6-0-2.
Oh, what a great job by the Brasha sisters, getting back in that, flipping that lob up and over the top of Paris Todd and gaining control of that point.
Stratman did an excellent job at digging out, getting it back in play, and keeping him in the point, just not successful at getting back up to the no volley zone line.
Point.
Yeah, the Brasha's just cruising. Flipping the script here on Todd and Stratman. And now, too, we'll talk a little bit about this, as the side that Stratman and Todd are on right now, players have typically said that's the harder side. And so now, Todd and Stratman win on the side the Brasha sisters are on right now. Now the Brashas come out and they take an 8-0 lead here in game 2. I'm wondering if that side is really a different factor, as the sun is in your face on that side and you have the white bleachers.
Yeah, it definitely could be playing a factor. We'll find out if the Brashas can sustain this, but right now they are definitely off to a fantastic 8-0 lead. But, you know, having played on some of these courts in the past, the chairs can kind of hide the ball, distract you from being able to see them as clearly. It actually helps to have more people in the stands, so come on out if you're nearby and help fill these chairs up.
As we come back in from the timeout, it is 8-0-2.
Time in. 8-0-2.
Maggie and Mary Brasha cruising along here in game number 2. Oh, and just nothing that Paris Todd could do right there, as Mary Brasha clipping the tape and then just going up and over the right shoulder of Paris Todd.
9-0-2.
Wow, that is all Paris Todd. She dug a ball out about 30 shots ago that kept them in that point, Christine.
And then she hit that cross-court dink, but she really put a lot of heat on that, changing the pace. They'd been softer dinking. She put a little bit of heat on the cross-court dink, setting that up.
Great body movement right there from Mary Brasha. Watch her run around this forehand and hit it. Instead of just blocking it, she counters. Well, the continuous pressure there from Mary and Maggie Brasha.
9-0-1.
Get that side out back within 2 of forcing a third game. Yeah, another inside out forehand from Mary Brasha. And they have a game point here in game number 2. What a change of events from game to game here.
10-0-1.
And that forehand goes long from Stratman, and Maggie and Mary Brasha even this up by taking game number 2 11-0. We'll take a commercial break. Game 3 next here at the Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships.
There's only one way now, just one way out. With every single breath comes crashing down. There's only one.
Consumer Cellular has the best customer service.
They care about the customer.
The best price with the best quality.
The prices, the coverage.
The coverage is great.
It was the same, if not better.
Consumer Cellular provides the exact same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers for half the cost. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get talk, text, and data starting at just $20 a month.
It's like 4 scoops of ice cream for the price of 1.
Switch today and get a 100% risk-free guarantee. Call or go online.
You don't get the moments everyone talks about without the moments no one sees. Early morning practice, late night drills, running it over and over. You don't get the crowd without the quiet. Everyone sees the glory, the medal, the podium, but every winning shot starts right here. PaddleTech, let's go again.
Match point, it's all up to me. Nothing can get in my way. And when they ask, what are you gonna do next? I'll say, I'm going.
We're going to Margaritaville!
You can go to Margaritaville too. Visit MargaritavilleResorts.com.
Game 3 here on Championship Court, women's pro doubles, round number 1. Stratman and Todd take game 1 11-8, excuse me. The Brashas bounce back and blank Stratman and Todd in game number 2 11-0. Did not see that one coming, Christine.
I did not see that extreme switch either.
Mary Brasha about a half step behind that. If she was half step quicker there to that ball.
Catch her just a little bit. She got the ball just a little bit late.
Yeah, nice pull in the middle right there from Paris Todd.
Well, this is a different start so far.
1-0-1.
Oh, just missing that reset is Maggie Brasha.
Well, the Brashes were definitely on fire. No errors last time. Now now Todd and Stratman are definitely forcing some errors this round.
Second server. 202.
Just long right there from Paris Todd. And side out to the Brashes, but what I'm seeing early on here is Stratman and Todd are playing fast and hard like they played in game 1. They got sucked into the slow game in game 2.
0-2-1.
Seems like they discussed that between games 2 and 3, and they're going to go back to playing with some pace.
And it seems to be very effective so far out of the gate.
Zero, 2-2. Point.
And the Brashes on the board here now.
One, 2-2.
Nice ball there from Maggie Brashes. She flipped it and came with a ton of pace right there and hitting that flying forehand. Tie things up here at 2.
2-2-2. Side out. Two, 2-1. Point. Three, 2-1.
Good hands there from Maggie Brashes. She got jammed up just a little bit.
And that was an interesting setup. Paris Todd actually hit a third ball drop there versus the other points that have been so successful where she's driving it.
Nothing Maggie can do right there as Maggie Brashes lets that ball go up and over her left shoulder off the tape. Todd and Stratman with a 4-2 lead. Will switch ends here at 6 as this is the third game.
4-2.
Find out a little bit more about how the end of the court is making a difference or not.
And Mary Brashes trying to put a little extra on that. She actually does, and it goes long.
Timeout receiver, 1 minute.
So timeout here from Maggie and Mary Brashes. Tough spot for a timeout because you're at it 1 point away from an end change. I always go back and forth about this. I'm always like 5 and 7 in a game 3 or at say 7 and 9 in a game to 15. Those are tough spots for me personally for a timeout. Knowing you're going to get one more point later. What's your theory on that, Christine?
I think you don't want to. I think you want to take away that point because that point can make a big difference on the end switch. The closer they can stay to, them score-wise, the easier it could make them on the switch. So I think if you're feeling it, you need to take it. I just don't think you overthink the timeout.
Right.
If you feel it and you need it and you want to keep them from getting one more point, you do it.
All right, so they do take that timeout here.
Time in. 5-2-2.
5-2-2, game 3. Switch ends at 6. Oh, Stratman got a little off kilter right there because Todd almost looked like she was going to step in and take that two-hander. She doesn't. Stratman goes high. Maggie Brashes with the finish.
2-5-1.
All right, so Mary Brashes makes a good adjustment there. She stepped into that one, got that two-hander, but a good block from Todd.
2-5-2. Side up.
falling backwards as she hits that. She's not leaning or moving in or taking a step into that shot.
It's so easy to get on your heels when you feel like you were on fire and now you're making a few more errors than you were, whether they're forced or unforced. Much easier to get on your heels.
Second server.
And you see what happened there. Stratman and Paris Todd, they got caught about 3/4 way back. It's a very tough place to defend against.
5-2-2.
Another hold before the end chains by Mary and Maggie Brasha.
2-5-1. Second server.
So been here on 5-2-2-5 for a little while now.
2-5-2.
Brasha's trying to answer here. Inch a little closer. Oh, wow. Paris Todd took something off that. Brasha's out in front of it. Wow, great spot from Paris Todd.
5-2-1.
And the speed up there for Maggie Brasha.
That's a tough feed up to make from below the net.
Yeah, it was so low, almost off, you know, right off the ground. And it's a 6-2 lead for Stratman and Todd. Now, that side, this near side on your screen, has been the side that the teams have had success on. The Brashas are now going to that side, down by 4. Like you said earlier, Christine, it's going to be interesting to see if that side end change really matters here.
And this is definitely going to be a telltale sign right now to find out. You know, I think we need to see the Brashas need to slow the ball back down. They need to not pull the trigger a little bit too soon. Start pulling the speed too fast is what we just saw Maggie try to do. She tried to pull a ball from below the net super hard at a space where they're down 3 points. Not maybe a great shot choice, but it's hard when you're out there playing to always make a great shot choice.
Yep.
6-2-1. Second server. Six, 2-2.
Ooh, Todd missing that one.
That was a risky one. Todd's two-hand backhand has been on fire so far.
That's a tough spot for Maggie Brasha to go to. She's almost looking over at Mary going, yeah, I got away with one there, but they do get the side out.
2-6-1.
Nice finish there from Paris Todd. Big inside out forehand.
Definitely a little fire after that ball. She gave a kind of a come on.
2-6-2.
Nice little inside out forehand there from Maggie Brasha, and the Brashas are off too. Trying to inch back in here.
3-6-2.
Ooh, just long on that lob from Mary Brasha.
6-3-1.
Nice angle there from Mary Brosh on the forehand.
They had some good defensive play, but just couldn't make their way up to the net during that rally. The Broshes did a great job of keeping Stratman and Todd back.
Just wide cross court from the reset from Mary Brasha.
Mary Brasha made a decision early in that point that I wasn't a big fan of. She had Todd back, and she actually chose early on to hit to Stratman and allow Todd to get into the net.
A little long on the two-hander there from Mary Brasha, and Todd and Stratman starting to pull away here, Christine.
I anticipate we're going to see another timeout here out of the Brashes. They've used one of their timeouts so far, one of their 2 timeouts.
Yeah, and here comes that timeout here, the second and final timeout for the Brashas as they are down 9-3. It's all Paris Todd and Lauren Stratman, Christine, in game 3.
It absolutely is. We're seeing another, this match has been chock full of big swings. You know, the Brashes were on fire in the second game, and it almost won it easily. I mean, they made it look easy, and no, they were not making many errors, really had their error count down, and they were keeping the ball low. You know, now we've got a new game here going on.
All right, we got our next matchup here will be men's pro doubles. Jocelyn Duvillier and Tyson McGuffin taking on Wes Gabrielson and Eric Lang. That'll be a very good matchup here on Championship Court as all 4 players are here courtside, getting ready to get on court.
We've got quite the fans coming in here. It's been great to see all these people out to enjoy this live action here in Indian Wells, California.
9-3-2.
Lauren Stratman to serve, up by 6, game 3. An unforced error for Maggie Brasha, and Stratman and Todd continuing to roll here, and it is match point.
3-2.
Oh, good ball from Mary Brasha. As Stratman was sitting in the middle trying to poach that next ball off. And Mary goes nice and easy inside out forehand. And they fight off their first match point.
3-10-1. Point.
A little long and a point there for Maggie and Mary Brasha as they try and
4-10.
get back in this game, down by 6.
Point.
There's 1 point. You know, sometimes it's just 1 point at a time, and that's what you really have to focus on. Just like they've had a run, you too can have a run and remain in this game.
Wow, Maggie Brasha, what a clinic right there, going flat down the line to Todd, then going hard cross court and creating that hole in the middle. And Todd and Stratman not messing around here, going, we do not want to give the California girls any more momentum here in their home state, close to home, trying to battle back here, but they are still down by 4. What's been the difference maker here as they got and fought off a match point?
Well, you know, honestly, I really feel like it's their positive attitude. You know, you cannot start thinking, oh, they've got 10, you know, we've got to go for it. They've remained patient. They've created openings and opportunities for themselves. And, you know, the Brashes have paid attention to where are the openings on the other side of the court. They're creating them and they're continuing to hit them. It's important to do that. What I find is so many players want to rush. They're like, oh, we're down. We've got to make this. And they don't maybe make the right shot selections. And that's why I really feel the Brashes right now are making smart shots at the right time.
Yep, and they've been successful here trying to creep back in here. Down by 4, 10-6. They're still on first server here, so
6-10-1.
definitely plays to their advantage. Wow, nice step in there from Maggie Brasha. A little shake and bake action.
Watch Maggie just anticipate that and right down the middle.
7-10-1.
Yeah, nice counter from Lauren Stratman. Maggie Brasha got that cross-court dink up just a little too high.
And Lauren Stratman's got an outstanding two-handed swinging volley backhand. It's definitely one to watch for.
All right, so they got 4 back on Maggie Brasha's serve. Let's see what they can get back here on Mary's serve. Yeah, I think Maggie may have played an out ball right there.
It sure felt like it. It sure felt like she had, you know, but once you make the choice, you got to go for it and live with it and keep playing the point out.
So match point number 2 here for Todd and Stratman. Just gets out in front of it a little too much. Game 3 going to Lauren Stratman and Paris Todd. They'll move on by a score of 11-7 in Game 3.
That was an outstanding finale. That rally was just beautiful, and you wanted to cheer for both sides. You see this instant replay here. You see this play out, and some great digs made. Lauren made a great pickup. Stratman, beautiful, keeping the ball nice and low. And you see Paris Todd make a great dig. You know how important you learn right there. How important did you just learn? Just keep the ball in play, because you never have any idea what the opponent is going to do with the ball. They may make an error like we unfortunately just saw out of the Brashes. You know, it pays to just keep the ball in play for sure. And you can, the fans, the stands are filling up here. They're getting all ready for this next men's pro doubles match we've got coming up. But we are going to get the opportunity to hear from the winners of that match, see what feedback they've got. So we're going to hear from Stratman and Todd and Dominic down on the court.
Back here on championship court, let's give it up for these 4 ladies. What a match.
Lauren, I'll start with you. You guys win Game 1. Maggie and Mary Brasha come back with a vengeance in Game 2. What are you and Paris talking about in between Games 2 and 3?
Well, Paris has played out here a few times already this weekend, so she was saying this is the good side over here. So, I don't know, they played really aggressive. I was a little tight the whole match, so glad we got through it, but they played amazing, and props to them.
All right, and Paris, in that 3rd game, you're up 10-3. They make a little run. You guys call timeout. What was the discussion?
Well, yeah, you know, Mary and Maggie are such a great team, and especially with the Frankenball, it's extra soft, so we can expect a lot more to come back. And we just hung in there, and we fought the whole time, and we did our best to pull through it. So.
All right, well, congratulations, Paris Todd, Lauren Stratman moving on to the 2nd round. Next matchup here, men's pro doubles. Jocelyn Duvillier and Tyson McGuffin taking on Wes Gabrielson and Eric Lang. You don't want to miss it at the 2022 Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships.
The 2022 Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships are brought to you by Margaritaville, a state of mind since 1977. City of Indian Wells, Indian Wells beauty unmatched. Franklin Sports, the official ball and youth development partner of USA Pickleball. Consumer Cellular, proud sponsor of USA Pickleball. Fila, the official supplier for the national championships.
Match point, it's all up to me. Nothing can get in my way. And when they ask, what are you gonna do next? I'll say, I'm going.
We're going to Margaritaville!
You can go to Margaritaville too. Visit MargaritavilleResorts.com.
I will dig deep.
I will crush this game.
Athletes know nutrition drives performance.
I will not slow down.
Superior Lab supplements help you power up and recover faster.
I will never surrender.
Superior Labs is a proud sponsor of USA Pickleball.
You don't get the moments everyone talks about without the moments no one sees. Early morning practice, late night drills, running it over and over. You don't get the crowd without the quiet. Everyone sees the glory, the medal, the podium, but every winning shot starts right here. Paddle Tech. Let's go again.
When it comes to sports bras and activewear, it's not enough to just do it. You have to just do it right. That's why SheFit's perfectly fitting gear embraces and supports women's bodies. Made for ins and outs, ups and downs, starts and stops, and everything in between. We got you. Because we are you. SheFit.
Consumer Cellular has the best customer service.
They care about the customer.
The best price with the best quality.
The prices, the coverage.
The coverage is great.
It was the same, if not better.
Consumer Cellular provides the exact same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers for half the cost. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get talk, text, and data starting at just $20 a month.
It's like 4 scoops of ice cream for the price of 1.
Switch today and get a 100% risk-free guarantee. Call or go online.
Beautiful Indian Wells Tennis Garden, the backdrop for the 2022 Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships. Next up on a championship court, great matchup here. Pro men's doubles, Duvillier and McGuffin taking on Gabrielson and Lang. We're going to shoot it down courtside for our player introductions. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it was all about the ladies last match, but it is all about the gentlemen now. Pro men's doubles, who is ready? Your first team on court, your 10 seed from Salem, Oregon, Wes Gabrielson, and his partner from Portland, Oregon, Eric Lang. Their opponents, the 7 seed out of Paris, France, Jocelyn Duvillier. And his partner from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, 4-time Nationals champion, Tyson McGuffin. Your lead referee for this matchup from Omaha, Florida, Byron Russell. Well, Christine, this is going to be a very fun matchup. Wes Gabrielson, been playing pickleball longer than probably all 3 of the other gentlemen on court. An original pro pickleball player, playing with Eric Lang. Wes and Eric had a great run a couple years ago, ended up with a bronze medal, played really well. Playing against Duvillier and McGuffin, 2 guys who are as hot as they can be in pickleball. What are your predictions here, Christine, early on?
Well, you know what? We've got 2 personalities so different on the court. Eric Lang, Wes Gabrielson, always very calm, very mellow, almost not quite stoic like a Ben Johns, but very calm, you know, versus the electricity of Jay and Tyson. I think we've got a matchup that's going to be very interesting. You know, Wesley Gabrielson is ambidextrous, which makes it, you know, interesting. They can put him on any side of the court. He can give them all sorts of different looks. You know, Tyson with his big serve, his big deep serve, could make it challenging. You know, I think we're going to see some electricity out of Tyson and Jay, and a little bit of, you know, more calm demeanor, but we're going to see a lot of dinking, a lot of hard shots out of everybody, and this is going to be a fun time.
It will be a fun one. Tyson, a.k.a. the most electrifying man in sports, with a very unique look, playing for Team Selkirk. Jocelyn Duvillier with Team Vulcan, Eric Lang representing Team Head, and Wes Gabrielson swinging that signature Selkirk paddle of his own. But again, yes, going to see a lot of electricity. Gabrielson probably the quietest player on court. Eric Lang known to get fired up when he needs to, and as of late too. I've spoken with Eric. I've known Eric since he started playing pickleball and got into pickleball. Eric and I actually played his first U.S. Open together. He was my partner, and absolutely loved it, and have known him since then. But what I love about Eric Lang is that he has really improved his game over the last year. He's really focused on pickleball, and it's showing.
Well,
you know, it's showing in all the tournaments he's playing in, and Major League Pickleball as well.
He is drilling extensively. I know he and Wesley get together and drill quite a bit. They live fairly close together. That gives them an opportunity to practice quite a bit together and drill quite a bit together. Wesley, a recent inductee of the Hall of Fame, Pickleball Hall of Fame, you know, you're right. He's been around pickleball a long time. Wesley and I played many years together as mixed doubles partners. And so I understand, you know, he can be steady. He can be very smart on the court. He's going to need all of that today to play against Tyson and Jay.
All right, on the flip side, Tyson McGuffin again, and Jocelyn Duvillier. Two great players right now, constant partners, playing on tour together and also playing here at Nationals together. Gonna be a fun one here as players finish their warm-ups. Your lead referee for this matchup from Wamama, Florida, Mr. Byron Fresso. And we'll see who has elected to be serving here in this matchup.
It is a beautiful day here at Indian Wells, and again we're at Pickleball Paradise, and the fans are really starting to roll in. We're seeing the stands fill up. You know, it's really a great way to spend your Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, why would you not want this here in Pickleball Paradise? Like you said, $15 gets you a ground pass. Come on down, we'll be here. And it'll get you in. You can come down, get in general admission to Championship Court. You can get on the ground, see all of these amazing matches on the dozens of courts that we have here at Indian Wells Tennis Garden. Looks like Lang and Gabrielson will be serving to start off here. And we are ready to roll here on Championship Court, men's pro doubles.
We're going to find out shortly if Wes and Eric select. They didn't select that side, so I'm guessing that Tyson and Jay selected that end, as we've talked about, that far end of the court where Lang and Gabrielson can be a little bit more challenging to see. So it's interesting to see what, you know, maybe Tyson and Jay don't agree with that. We'll find out.
So again, too, Gabrielson and Lang coming off a win over Stefan Andren and Mills Miller. Duvillier and McGuffin coming off of a bye.
And we've talked a little bit about how that can make a difference. One team's coming in warm.
Nice job, Gabrielson, getting McGuffin completely extended, and Gabrielson and Lang on the board first.
Starting out with a little, yeah, come on, fire. So they're starting in with a, you know, a upbeat attitude, ready to roll.
Oh, and Lang with a full swing. He does not catch this as clean as possible, because if he catches that clean, the ball ends up in the fourth row. But what defense from Gabrielson to keep them in that point. But a good start here for Lang and Gabrielson as they take a 2-0 lead on McGuffin and Duvillier.
0-1.
They're definitely testing Wes's ability to block the ball. Block the ball back, keep it low, keep it in play. They're definitely testing that ability out of the gate.
Wow, that's there. It's there if Gabrielson can keep it in right there.
Mm-hmm. Just missed it by a little inch or two. It was definitely opening.
Wow, Gabrielson winning that hands battle against Duvillier.
2-1-1.
Great spot by McGuffin. Again, that's calculated right there, going at the left shoulder of Wes Gabrielson. That's such a good spot from Gabrielson. He switched it up. He was going forehand side of McGuffin. Now he switches, goes middle. It changes McGuffin's shot and into the net. Wow, what a move from Eric Lang right there,
You know,
taking that forehand.
And Eric Lang is very tall. It's 6'4", I believe. And, you know, he's got great reach. And it looks like so far McGuffin and Jay are really trying to keep the ball away out of his big reach. And it's a testament to how much improvement, how he's worked to improve his game. But the players are maybe thinking they want to play Wesley.
5-1-2.
Trying to make something happen there, ball. That was deep in the kitchen.
1-5-1.
Nice hands there from Eric Lang.
1-5-2.
Ball tipped the net. Wesley looked like he rushed it a little bit. You'll see this happen right here. Tips the net, goes up. He rushes it just to try to get the ball down. Hits the tape.
Two quick points there for McGuffin and Duvillier.
3-5-2.
They creep back in here within 2. Oh, Gabrielson.
Trying to grab that between the leg shot right there. It was really his only shot at that point, though.
Oh, and Gabrielson trying to speed up at the backhand of McGuffin. He is all over it, and we're going to get a timeout from Gabrielson and Lang as that 5-1 lead they just had disappeared. So what was the difference here, Christine, for DeVilliers and McGuffin to get back in it?
You know, I think some of it is they're starting to warm up, right? We talked about this being their first match of the day. They were really trying to put a lot of pressure on Wesley, and he was settled in. Wes was already ready to defend and defend and defend, and they kept going to that. Now they've changed it up. They're mixing it up a little bit more, maybe catching Eric off guard. I feel like they're A, getting warmed up, and B, starting to mix it up a little more. They were getting a little predictable, and they were cross-court dinking with Gabrielson. So we'll see if this is a momentum changer. I don't think at this point anybody needs to change any strategies. Maybe stop the momentum and keep playing their game. Focus on what they do best.
All right, so 5-5 after this timeout. McGuffin, DeVilliers seem to be finding their groove here. Yeah, good spot there from Gabrielson, splitting the difference between McGuffin and DeVilliers.
Five, 1.
Just long on the lob from Gabrielson again. First one went wide, this one goes long. He's got to dial that in because it is there.
It's a well-timed lob. He's just missing him.
Oh, big forehand there.
And they get a quick side out. No points scored.
Hands from DeVilliers. Oh, the changeup from Eric Lang. He took something off it right here. Nice job by Eric.
Yeah, he definitely reached in. He used his height, used his length, and grabbed a ball that caught everybody off guard.
DeVilliers not having any of that anymore.
Nope. He said, let's finish this point quicker.
Six, 5, 2.
Wow, and Gabrielson just pulling the string on that, but DeVilliers showing off here with the tweener.
Yep.
Tweener reset.
that got the fans all excited.
Oh, and Gabrielson turning defense into offense right there. Watch that little punch backhand.
Punch backhand right down the center. They did a great job. They were caught back briefly, and then they took advantage of it, made a great soft ball, and took advantage and got back into the non-volley zone.
Oh, great job by Lang as he anticipated that DeVilliers was coming over and covering middle, and he flips backside.
7, 6, 1.
Oh, Lang just missing that flip forehand through the middle.
I like the idea. It just carried just a little bit long. It caught both Jay and Tyson off guard.
7, 6, 2.
Yeah, Tyson all over the middle right there as he closed that off beautifully.
You know, you've mentioned I also played my first tournament, or Eric with Eric at the U.S. Open. I believe it was his first tournament. But what I've seen the big change in is he's using his length better. He's using his height. He's reaching in more to take advantage of it.
Oh, nice flip there by Eric Lang, but again, de Villiers, now he goes around the back, right? He goes behind the back with that reset. He's a human highlight reel, and that's why he was on SportsCenter's top 10 last night. Oh, Gabrielson with the counter. Right on the line.
Great hand. We get to see this right here. Beautiful. Curved around that ball.
Quick side out for Lang and Gabrielson.
7-6-1.
Dialed it in. Oh, we're going lob to Ernie right there. What a lob from Wes Gabrielson, and it sets up the big Ernie from Eric Lang.
Good anticipation from Lang. Wesley's, what, 1 for 3 on his lobs right now?
What talk? That was the key right there. Was Gabrielson told Lang me and stopped Eric Lang from coming over and taking that ball where he didn't need to. Gabrielson pressured McGuffin, and there it is, a timeout up 9-6. Are Gabrielson and Lang.
It is time for pickleball.
All right, so let's check out the human highlight reel, a.k.a. Jocelyn de Villiers.
Great goodies here.
Watch this tweener that he hits on a reset here as he comes in and he reset that. It wasn't that he just got it back up and over. He reset that and they continued that point.
It's amazing how well he really kept his balance through that. You know, he didn't, I'd have fallen over. You know, he kept his balance, kept the ball low. We're definitely seeing some flashy shots out of Jay today. Now, Dominic, what do you think? We've got Gabrielson and Lang here leading the way. What do you think Tyson and Jay need to do different?
I'll tell you right now, de Villiers would give up all of the flashiness, all the tweeners. He'll give up all the around the backs for a 9-6 lead right now. Because even though you're getting all those back like that and it's flashy, he'll take a lead over those any day.
That is a true statement.
But it's Eric Lang and Wes Gabrielson with a lead, 9-6, game 1. Wow! Oh no! And Lang goes off the tape for the winner.
Oh, and you see him like want to celebrate and then apologize all in the same motion, right?
Oh my goodness, the gift from McGuffin on the first drop shot from Lang was incredible to keep him in that point.
Well, you know, that's why McGuffin's an incredible singles player. His speed, his actually explosive speed.
It is game point here for Gabrielson and Lang. Good speed up there from McGuffin at the body of Gabrielson. She jammed him up just a little. Second game point. Oh, and de Villiers goes overhead into the net, and it's an 11.
Wow, let's see this again. Let's see his, he was going for a very short angle, didn't pick a spot deep enough in the court, and he just put that right into the net.
Wow, what a job by Gabrielson and Lang, just battling, grinding throughout that. You watch this beautiful lob again, but defended by Gabrielson. Lang keeping him in it. Eventually, another lob, and de Villiers into the net.
It looked to me like he had a spot picked right off he was going off the corner of the court and just missed it.
Well, we are going to go to our first commercial break here at the Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships Game 2 on the other side. Don't go anywhere.
Mom, can you play with me?
Just a second, Bubba. Mom is not done yet.
Mom, come watch this video.
Hold on, sweetheart. Mom's not done yet.
Mom, you hit with me.
Oh yeah, Mom is definitely not done yet.
Match point, it's all up to me. Nothing can get in my way. And when they ask, what are you gonna do next? I'll say, I'm going.
We're going to Margaritaville!
You can go to Margaritaville too. Visit MargaritavilleResorts.com.
Game number 1 going to Wes Gabrielson and Eric Lang by a score of 11-6. I mean, what a battle. That was just a highlight reel all over the place, Christine, and we are getting ready to start game 2. Tyson McGuffin to serve.
Well, that was a quick first point.
1-0-2.
Too good by Gabrielson on the drop there.
I love
really a full extension.
I love the partner communication. You can hear Wesley say you, so they know who's hitting that overhead. Wesley can hit either side, so it does make it important to make sure you're communicating.
Zero, 1-2.
And just wide from McGuffin cross court there, Christine. What a hands battle. I mean, are you going to get anything by Wes Gabrielson today? Probably not.
It does not seem like that today. It seems like right now we're catching that ball. They're showing us just a little bit wide here on the screen. We're just seeing such outstanding defense by Eric and Wesley. You know, Jay and Tyson need to come up with a new way to, they're not going through them today, so they've got to come up with a different plan, another strategy, maybe dinking it a little bit more.
Yeah, because the pace right now, Gabrielson and Lang are hanging with it, and they're actually enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
Two, 1-2.
Wow. That is absolutely incredible. These four guys just going at it here, Christine.
I love the quick hands, and then the dink, dink, dink. Quick hands. But I love Eric's expression after he turned around and hit that big smile on his face. You know, he knew it was there. Just sent it a little long. Needed a 3/4 pace on that ball, maybe.
Same guy. Same guy right there. These guys, and that just shows right there, you're human. A little change of pace right there, and then just throws them off just enough. A little long on that lob from Gabrielson.
He's about 3 for 6, I think, on his lobs right now. I should have been tracking if I had any idea he was going to be lobbing so much today.
He didn't give us that in pregame.
Great
nice
move.
Yeah, great Ernie there from DeVilliers. He just sets this up so nicely. You watch him, and he waits till the last second again, and then using his length to his advantage.
The timing is so important when you're going to do an Ernie. Timing, timing, timing.
Oh, unforced error there from Lang, and DeVilliers and McGuffin take a 4-1 advantage here in game 2, trying to force a third game. Good. And good talk there from McGuffin, telling DeVilliers to let that ball go because that ball's sailing long, and it's a 5-1 lead. What's been the difference for DeVilliers and McGuffin here, Christine?
Well, I think there's a couple of things that I have noticed. Eric and Wesley are making a few more errors than they did in the first game. Some of it, you know, those shots they were making earlier in the first game, they're missing them now. They're missing them a little bit long. There's no breeze. That's not it. Maybe, you know, Jay and Tyson are hitting just a little bit harder, forcing that so the ball's sailing off their paddle a little faster than they want. I also feel like Tyson and Jay have slowed it down. They're dinking a little bit longer, maybe setting the point up better before they go for that hard, fast shot.
All right, so we'll see out of this timeout what Lang and Gabrielson do come up with. They controlled game 1 pretty much the whole way through, but right now it's all McGuffin and DeVilliers letting balls go long, being a lot more, I don't know, specific with when they attack, a lot more cautious.
Specific is a good term.
Oh, right there. Those balls right there, those are the ones that they were not missing in game 1.
Right, those were not errors they were making. Looks like Jay was going for a poach, caught him, you know, leaning to the center, struck it down his alley.
Oh, DeVilliers just cutting that ball back cross court as he had Lang pinching middle.
And I feel a little bit like that's exactly what we were talking about. They're setting the point up a little bit better. They're dinking longer, waiting before they start to speed it up.
7-1-2.
Nice ball from Lang, bodying up DeVilliers right there, Christine.
1-7-1.
Yeah, too easy right there as Gabrielson tries to reset down the line, Christine. DeVilliers all over that.
That's just something you got to be really careful of, trying to reset down the line, because DeVilliers has been great at hopping around and hitting an Ernie.
too much pressure for McGuffin and DeVilliers right now, Christine.
They did an outstanding job of keeping Lang and Gabrielson back on that point. While they worked their way in, it was just kind of tough to recover after all those defensive moves.
7-1-1.
Wow, again, Lang lighten up DeVilliers.
Seven, 1-2.
A little long as Lang trying to make something happen on that counter there, Christine.
You know, I'm anticipating, you know, another timeout soon. Wesley is a very, very smart player. I don't think he's going to let this train that's kind of the McGuffin and DeVilliers train keep going for many more points. Fortunately, they got a side out, which will buy them a little bit of time, see if they can score here.
Well, they got a mountain to climb here, down by 7 here in game 2 after taking game 1, 11-6. What digs from DeVilliers and McGuffin. DeVilliers does all that work and McGuffin misses the drop. I know he doesn't like that. Trying to help out his partner.
He had to move back though. He had to be back in defensive mode and he just didn't quit. He was going for the perfect dropper.
Oh, McGuffin's barking. They are getting into game number 2 here. He's trying to get this crowd back into it too.
You know how he loves the electricity and feeds off the electricity in the crowd, which is why he does bark and try to get them going.
Side out. Eight, 2-1.
Nice hands from Lang, anticipating that speed up from DeVilliers.
8-2-2.
Yeah, nice angle from Lang and placement over power, Christine. It's not about how hard you can hit it back at the baseline. It's about the angle that Eric Lang creates here on the overhead.
Absolutely, is placement over power. Common phrase everybody probably needs to keep in mind more often.
I'll tell that to these guys, that power has nothing to do with it right now because these guys are trying to light each other up 14 feet apart, kitchen line to kitchen line. Oh, nobody home right there. Gabrielson getting this crowd back into it and trying to get on their side. I know he wants the crowd to get back into it,
I know.
but he needs him and his teammate back into it. They're down by 5 here.
3-8-2.
I'll side out to McGuffin and DeVilliers.
8-3-1.
Gabrielson overhitting that ball right there down the middle as we reach 30 minutes into this match. A timeout from Gabrielson and Lang as they are down by 6. Christine, game plan here, the end of game 2 and possibly into a third game for Lang and Gabrielson.
Well, I'm sure they are hoping to prevent going into a game 3, but they're going to have to come out of this with a pretty good strategy. You know, it feels a little bit to me, you know, their errors are up. They were playing pretty flawlessly in the first game. Now, it kind of can sneak into your head. I'm making a few more errors. I'm not quite getting the balls I was. And then your error count suddenly goes up. It sneaks up on you a little bit. What they need to do is I'm going to say they've got to get back to just really focusing on, they're going for something. They're trying to flick down the middle. They're trying their lobs. Maybe go back to what they were doing best, and that was keeping it low and keeping it in front of Tyson and de Villiers. That seemed to be working better for them versus some of these things that they're really trying to do. They've missed some long. They've shot down the center. I'm voting that they go back to what they were doing in the game 1, and that is just focusing on high percentage shots.
All right, we'll see what the discussion was during that timeout here, as it's a 9-3 McGuffin-de Villiers lead here in game 2. They are trying to force a third game here after Gabrielson and Lang took game 1 11-6.
At least they got that out of the timeout.
Need one more. Need one more.
One more.
Oh, they get it. So quick side out after the timeout.
An effective use of the timeout. You know, folks, don't forget, call your timeouts. It can be a big game changer if properly timed.
3-9-1.
Yeah, de Villiers anticipating that now. Gabrielson got him a couple times in game 1, but now it's not working at this moment. Gabrielson got to just stay in that dink rally.
3-9-2.
Good ball by McGuffin, finally getting it at the feet of Gabrielson.
9-3-1.
Just leaving that go is de Villiers. McGuffin.
Watch
they almost
this.
held
You
their
see it
breath.
go right over his head. Just say a little long.
But it'll be game point number 1 here for de Villiers and McGuffin, trying to force that third game. Oh,
wow.
de Villiers with the winner down the boulevard, and we're going to game number 3 after McGuffin and de Villiers end it here 11-3 pretty handily in game number 2 after dropping that first game. You watch de Villiers just look at partner McGuffin and go, hey, don't worry about this, brother. I got it. We're going to a third game here at the Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships. That third game for you next.
If you run, if you spin, if you jump, walk, hit, climb, hustle, or just move, you bounce. Bounce 50% less with SheFit. We got you. Because we are you. SheFit.
Match point, it's all up to me. Nothing can get in my way. And when they ask, what are you gonna do next? I'll say, I'm going.
We're going to Margaritaville!
You can go to Margaritaville too. Visit MargaritavilleResorts.com.
That view of championship court at the Indian Wells Tennis Garden. Game 3, men's pro doubles at the Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships. These boys have split game 1 and 2. Game 3 underway. And de Villiers, just like he ended game 2, puts the end to the first point in game 3.
De Villiers is definitely a little more on fire, maybe a little more warmed up than he was in that first game. Errors he was making early, he is not making now. They are now finishers.
Great digs from McGuffin, but just a little too much pressure from Gabrielson right there as he had McGuffin stretched out.
And he was definitely pushing McGuffin back, pushing him back closer to the baseline. If I had had a strategy I would set right now, with de Villiers as on fire as he is, I would definitely start hitting a little more to McGuffin.
Yeah, and that's where the success is going to come right there for them. If they can get McGuffin to try and take that ball in the air, maybe pop it up. If Lang can come in, step in, get big.
101.
Could be a recipe for success. Wow.
Wesley anticipated that speed up. He was ready, set before de Villiers even hit the ball.
Yeah, he stepped back almost like a foot off the line.
201.
Had that backhand ready for the counter. Wow! Unbelievable job from Gabrielson, just digging his way out of that hole. But McGuffin just too intense, too much. And they still don't get a point out of that. That's just second server.
Well, there is a great move out of Lang. Didn't anticipate it. Who saw him coming that far over to grab that ball?
302.
Oh, Gabrielson missing that drop shot right there, but great run here to start the third game for Gabrielson and Lang.
031. Second server.
And we're seeing the opposite from the ladies match before this. The side that Gabrielson and Lang are on is actually the better side. It's a flip.
Definitely looking that way right now. You know, the chairs on this end are in the shadows right now. That could be playing a factor, you know, helping a little bit with the visibility on the far end.
Wow, Lang sitting on that speed up from DeVilliers. And right now,
see a nice little dink rally, sped it up. Lang was ready. Again, like you said, Lang took, you know, 6 or 7 inches off the kitchen line to take that shot.
So DeVilliers in the kitchen as Byron Fresso. Oh yeah, catching that toe on the line.
Great job, Byron.
Lang visibly upset with himself right there because that's an easy ball.
Those are ones you got to have the goldfish memory on and forget it, move on.
Good hands from McGuffin.
Oops.
Oh no.
It was a paddle and stomach shot.
Yeah, so Gabrielson hits a perfect drop shot, but it hit his stomach first.
Great hands, that ball just sails. Watch it, we're gonna see Wes with his great hands sending that ball just outside of DeVilliers' reach.
So Gabrielson electing to speed up there.
I'm not a fan of that shot choice at that particular moment, but I have liked he's used that many times successfully.
Oh wow! Lang again lighting up DeVilliers. It's done that like 3 or 4 times in this match.
And that was just outstanding anticipation on Lang's part because that ball came back at him quickly and he just looked so ready for it.
Finally able to get on top of that ball is DeVilliers. Almost off his shoe tops with the dig. But a nice side out here from McGuffin and DeVilliers. No points given up. Oh, great spot by Gabrielson. Again, the little inside-out forehand, or backhand, excuse me.
It's an extremely difficult shot to make. You've been hitting angle, angle, angle. Now to turn it down the center, extremely difficult shot that he made look easy.
Recovery from McGuffin. That's such a good lead from Gabrielson, recognizing the cross-court speed up, knowing McGuffin doesn't have room to go there.
Yeah, you know, and that's not easy to do in 14 feet, make that decision to let the ball go when it's coming at you that quick. Tough decision.
Wow. Talk about sitting on a speed up there. Gabrielson just cocked and ready with that forehand.
with one of his forehands. And yes.
He does have two forehands since he plays righty and lefty, but that was the left-handed forehand.
Left-handed forehand.
Oh, good hands from DeVilliers right there. I love the move from Lang. I'm going to have him do that 10 times out of 10 because he put so much pressure on DeVilliers to make a perfect shot. And he did.
He did, yeah. DeVilliers had great hands, but yeah, love the move by Lang.
On force there from DeVilliers will give Lang and Gabrielson the lead on the end change. They double up McGuffin and DeVilliers by a score of 6-3. Okay, now it's held true. The far side has been playing better in this match. In the women's match, the far side was the harder side and no one had success. Now it's flipped in the men's match. What are you thinking that McGuffin and DeVilliers need to do here, Christine, to come back down by 3?
Well, you know, the strategy that they went with, at least I thought that they went with in game 2, was they really were, you know, bringing more power, generating more airs, right? But what we've seen in this now is they're still trying to bring the power, slow it down, use power at the right time, but we're seeing Wesley and Lang have reduced their airs. So I'm thinking maybe at this point, stick with their game plan of keeping it slower for just a little bit longer, waiting for just the right opportunity. And then, you know, they got to keep their paddles up and stay with the ball because we really are seeing Lang and Gabrielson have reduced their airs again, and they're just going to need to be a little more patient.
All right, so it's 6-3-2 as we change ends here. Gabrielson and Lang in the lead.
Wes jumping up. He wanted to pull that ball over.
Trying. Big forehand from Mr. Eric Lang in the middle. Second server to McGuffin and DeVilliers.
What I love about this is it's fast, 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 and you see Eric slow down and hit a perfect volley.
Just missing the lob right there, and it's a good move there from Gabrielson. But what have you also noticed? The score is 4-6.
4-6-2.
And you notice here is that Gabrielson is not going back flat down the line to DeVilliers on the dinks. Now he's got McGuffin face up in front of him.
And it's a great point you make. Wes and Eric are making some different shot selections, keeping DeVilliers out of the game a little bit where he was on fire.
Yeah, Wes Gabrielson has gotten Ernie twice. So he's not going that flat anymore. Wow, and Eric Lang right there. What a finish. And the hands battle with DeVilliers. Able to get up off the ground and finish that forehand. And a 7-4 lead here for Gabrielson and Lang.
7-4-1.
Oh, great move by DeVilliers. Good talk as McGuffin telling DeVilliers no because he saw the Gabrielson speed up. And Gabrielson's not trying to hit that ball in. He's trying to force DeVilliers to play that.
Mm-hmm.
They are strictly going to Gabrielson right now. Our McGuffin and DeVilliers, they're trying to isolate him out, or isolate Lang out.
They're really trying to stay away from Lang's reach, and he's been on fire.
Wow, that is a very quick timeout here from Gabrielson and Lang, as McGuffin and DeVilliers answer, get one back, but an instant timeout. Why is that, Christine?
Well, you know, while it seemed it was just 1 point, but it was actually 3 rallies that they had won. And Wesley is he's very cognizant or aware of the fact that they actually just got 3 rallies in a row, because they had, point on the certain, point, but they won the rally on both serves and then got that back and got another point. So it's really three points in a row, even though it's not a score addition.
Right. All right, so out of this timeout, Lang, Gabrielson trying to hold, get a side out here, get that ball back. They were up 6-3 on the end change. But it'll be Tyson McGuffin serving as we return in.
Timing, 5-7-1.
Yeah, a little shake and bake action from McGuffin.
And the serve, that big, deep serve out of McGuffin really set the stage for that point.
6-7-1.
Oh, Lang is all over it, but into the net, and we are all tied at 7 in game 3.
7-7-1.
Yeah, there's that big reach of Eric Lang that McGuffin and DeVilliers are trying to avoid.
Look at that great angle we have. That camera angle was great. Catching Eric just stretching over there and hitting that beautiful volley down the center.
All right, so you're seeing the game plan here. It's grip and rip from Lang from McGuffin and DeVilliers, trying to crash here. You're gonna see a third shot drive. And then the crash from McGuffin. So they've seen something that they like, and they're exploiting it right now.
Another timeout called by Gabrielson and Lang. And again, well opportune. You see McGuffin's getting super fired up right now, and he's bringing the heat. They're bringing the heat, and like you've said, it's working for him.
This is a second round matchup. Let's forget about everything else. This is the second round. We're not even into the quarters yet. And this match is absolutely phenomenal. But right now, it is a 6-1 run here from DeVilliers and McGuffin. What has been the difference maker for them, Christine, as they switch ends?
Well, you know what? It's the fire. They're playing fiery right now, and it's working. It's successful. So they're keeping that fire up, so making maybe Wesley a little more tense, right? And you see they're making their shots right now. They're keeping them low. They're hard over the net. Wesley's popping the next one up, and they're getting to hit another one hard.
This is the most important point of the game here. This is either going to be a side out for Gabrielson and Lang, or it's going to be a match point. There's big Eric Lang. And now, okay, I like what McGuffin and DeVilliers have done. They've come up with a game plan. It's working, right? Now, I want McGuffin, as he gets a ball cross court from Gabrielson, sneak one behind Lang.
Because you can see Lang starting to float more towards the center, really just watching the center at this point.
Yeah, good talk there. And again, McGuffin and DeVilliers so confident in the speed-up game right now.
7-9-2.
Oh, Eric Lang.
Eric snuck in there.
Beautiful, just reset block here.
It for sure looked like they were hitting that ball right back to Wes, and Eric said, no, not today. I'm taking that one.
DeVilliers able to get that at the bottom and at the feet of Eric Lang, and a side out, but Lang and Gabrielson get within one, but they need 2 holds here. Oh my goodness, Lang goes off the tape, and it is going to be a game point here for McGuffin and DeVilliers. Lang and Gabrielson have no timeouts left, so can't do or burn a timeout. Match point. An 11-8 victory in Game 3 for McGuffin and DeVilliers.
We definitely had some highlight points in this that should make some points that should make the highlight reels. You know, we really saw some great strategies, various strategies here. We saw some gripping and ripping. We saw some isolation. We got to see some great hands. Wow, and you just think about this. This, like we just said, this is a second round match here at the Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships. You know, that means we've got a lot more great pickleball to come if that's just the second round. Again, if you're in the area, come on by, feel the electricity. Feel the electricity and enjoy the beauty of this venue. It really is a pickleball paradise. I know I've said that a bunch today, but you know what? It really does feel like pickleball paradise. You know, and the stands are filling up, but don't worry, you can come on out, get a grounds pass, and enjoy more of this pickleball that we just got to witness here live in person. So it's live at Nationals. We're going to go down here to the court and hear from the winners, DeVilliers and McGuffin. So, Dominic, let's hear what you've got.
All right. Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's a second round matchup. What do you think the evening's matchups are going to bring here on Championship Court?
Hey.
I have Tyson McGuffin, Jocelyn DeVilliers. Great match. Jay, I'll start with you. You guys dropped game 1. What was the change you made for game 2?
Yeah, I feel like Eric and Wes were playing very well. They were winning the hands battles, so Tyson and I just tried to play just a little bit better and elevate our game, and I feel like Tyson helped me do that, so it was fun.
All right, and Tyson, looked like you had a game plan. You ISO'd Wes Gabrielson on that right side a little bit in the end there. What was the difference maker for you guys as you were down 6-3 on the end change?
Indian Wells Tennis Garden, you guys like that show? You guys want your boy and Frenchie to go all the way? That's what I thought. Wes is a complete legend, total stud. The guy's been playing since, back in the 90s, so long freaking time. But those guys played well. Generally, anytime I play Wes, I usually line up on the right, try to use my rolly forehand dink and roll us to victory. Dictory. Yeah, you know, I've played Wes way too many times, but yeah, was able to grind away on the right. Got a little tight towards the end there. Eric's a big dude. He was kind of poking middle and being a big presence in the middle, but we were able to scrap away and come out with the dub. We got the Johns boys next. Let's get loud, baby.
All right, well, congratulations, DeVilliers, McGuffin, moving on to the quarterfinals. Next matchup here, pro women's doubles, Sierra Gaten-Leach, Sarah Ansberry taking on Callie Smith and Lucy Kovalova. Don't go anywhere here at the Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships. The 2022 Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships are brought to you by Margaritaville. a state of mind since 1977. Yola Pickleball, for the champ in you. PaddleTech, let's go again. Pickleball Central, shop the world's best selection of pickleball gear. Rockin' Protein, the official recovery drink of USA Pickleball. And Selkirk, we are pickleball.
Match point, it's all up to me. Nothing can get in my way. And when they ask, what are you gonna do next? I'll say, I'm going.
We're going to Margaritaville!
You can go to Margaritaville too. Visit MargaritavilleResorts.com.
You don't get the moments everyone talks about without the moments no one sees. Early morning practice, late night drills, running it over and over. You don't get the crowd without the quiet. Everyone sees the glory, the medal, the podium, but every winning shot starts right here. PaddleTech, let's go again.
Consumer Cellular has the best customer service.
They care about the customer.
The best price with the best quality.
The prices, the coverage.
The coverage is great.
It was the same, if not better.
Consumer Cellular provides the exact same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers for half the cost. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get talk, text, and data starting at just $20 a month.
It's like 4 scoops of ice cream for the price of 1.
Switch today and get a 100% risk-free guarantee. Call or go online.
Aaron Stahl with Franklin. Aaron, tell us what your role is at Franklin here.
So I'm on our brand partnerships team. I work with USA Pickleball, our athletes, and everyone in the sport to try and move it forward and be a big part of that.
All right, and Aaron, you've been here all week. What's the vibe that you're getting from the Franklin tent here at Nationals all week?
I'd just like to say thank you to USA Pickleball, Desert Champs, all the volunteers, referees. You guys have made this event what it is, and it's been fantastic.
And then, Aaron, I talked to you earlier in the week. You have something special in your hand. Tell us a little bit about what's coming out for Franklin.
So make sure you swing by the Franklin booth. We have our Carbon STK paddle in there. It's a brand new technology we worked with the Johnsons on, and we're very excited about that.
But then there's something special about this paddle here this week, right? When does it come out to the public other than being here at Nationals?
Look for it in early December. We've pre-released it here.
All right, so if you're on grounds, you can get one. If not, you can't get one until December 1st, so you don't want to miss it. Aaron, thank you for all your support. Franklin is the official ball also of USA Pickleball and USA Pickleball National Championships. So we're going to take a break here. We'll stay here on court, actually, for our women's matchup coming up next here on Championship Court.
It's tough without the...
I know, it is, because you're here.
Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of the official pickleball of this tournament, who here would like to win the paddle he's just holding? We've got the Carbon STK from Franklin Pickleball. Who's looking for one? I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we're at. Oh, wow, we've got one. Look at this. She's a bigger fan of mine than my mother. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen. And Jennifer Franklin ball, the official ball. Who's looking? Anybody? Oh. People in the front row a little on the nervous side. Who else? Oh, I've got one more. I've got one. Oh, we've got lots more. You think I can make it over there? Who else? We've got towels. We've got pickleballs. Jamie's got a few more giveaways to go. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Franklin Pickleball Day here at the Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championship.
All right, welcome back here at Indian Wells Tennis Garden. I mean, that's just such a beautiful scene here on Championship Court. Starting to file back in, we got a women's pro doubles matchup for you. The 2 seed, Lucy Kovalova and Callie Smith, taking on your 10 seed, Sierra Gayton-Leach and Sarah Ansberry. We're going to go courtside for our introductions.
California, Sierra Gayton-Leach, and her partner, a 7-time national champion out of Hilton Head, South Carolina, Sarah Ansberry. Their opponent, the 2 seed out of Orem, Utah, making her debut, Callie Smith. Her partner, a 3-time national champion from Wichita, Kansas, Lucy Kovalova. Oh, sorry, she's a 4-time national champion. She's showing me up. Your lead referee on this match from Greenwood, Indiana, Bob Swisshelm. 7-time U.S. Open champion. When did you ever win a U.S. Open? Back when you were in. Ladies and gentlemen.
Well, welcome back. Christine Barksdale alongside me, Dominic Catalano here on Championship Court. Women's Pro Doubles 2nd round matchup. This is the first match here for Callie Smith and Lucy Kovalova for the day. Sierra Gayton-Leach winning a tough one in 3 against Maggie Ramenzi and Susanna Barr, 11-4, 4-11, 11-6 to get here. Ansberry, a legend here at Nationals, 7-time Nationals gold medalist, as you see her on court. Kovalova, a 4-time Nationals gold medalist. And there's a lot of hardware here on court, Christine.
There absolutely is a lot of hardware on court. You know, they do have, you know, thinking Lucy and Callie, they've got some experience. They've been playing together quite a bit. This partnership for Sarah Ansberry, I believe, is relatively new. So this might be her first, her first big experience on this center stage. So that could play some factor, a little bit of nerves in this. But I do like, you know, Sarah, steady Eddie player. She could dink all day. She's going to try and use that weapon as much as she possibly can against the hard-hitting Lucy Kovalova.
Yeah, absolutely. Sarah Ansberry, one of the best defenders in the game. She's going to keep everything in play. She's going to give Gayton-Leach an opportunity to come in and play a little faster, play a little stronger. So again, our first time also seeing Gayton-Leach here on center court. We've seen all 3 of the other ladies throughout the week here on Championship Court, but it's the first time for Sierra Gayton-Leach, who most recently was picked up and drafted in Major League Pickleball by the Hard Eights. They made a run all the way to the championship a few weeks ago in Columbus, Ohio, and she was a major part of that. So Sierra Gayton Leach stepped up. She helped her team get to that championship at MLP. They just couldn't get over the hump of BLQK. But Gayton Leach put herself on the map, I think, that weekend in proving that she belongs here.
And we're going to see what she can do today. She does appear to be a hard hitter, likes to play hard. So she's not new to a big stage. She's just new to the big stage here today. Yeah, Sarah's using the brand new head paddle coming out here in December as well. And I understand they've added a little, a new surface, a spin-on surface to that paddle that she's always used, which has been fairly smooth. So it's a big change for her as well. I believe that's a new paddle to her. And we see, Callie Smith and Lucy have been playing for Onyx for quite a while. So this should be, just kind of fun to see the new paddles. We just got to see that brand new Franklin paddle, and that was kind of fun to see them coming out with new technology and always, improving and making the game better.
Yeah, and I got my box of the new Selkirk shoes that I'll be trying out when I get home, as Selkirk has been showing that all weekend, that they have some prototypes that they have given some of us to test out, so I'm excited about that. So much going into pickleball, so much new technology, new gear every single day, and if you want to check any of that out, you're on site. If you're not on site, get here. If you're on site, get over there. We have over 20 vendors here in the vendor village. Check out, get some Margaritaville gear. You get some, any kind of paddle you want over at the Pickleball Central tent. But it is absolutely amazing out here. And like you said earlier, Christine, we're in pickleball paradise. Would you rather be anywhere else right now?
I would not want to be anywhere else. And, and this is a great opportunity. We haven't talked a lot about footwear, and I think you do a great job of mentioning that. It's so important when you're out playing pickleball to be in the right footwear. You want footwear that gives you good stability. And, a great opportunity is Pickleball Central does have a special footwear booth set up here so that you can go in and try in all kinds of pairs. And I've seen many, many brands in there that gives you a chance to try them on while you're here. But definitely don't neglect your footwear.
All right, so as these ladies finish their warm-up, your lead referee for this match is Bob Swisshelm. So we're bringing out the big guns as far as referees go, too. Bob, one of the best in the business. We just had Byron Fresso out there for the last match. So not only is it featuring our best pros in the game of pickleball, but we're showing our top line of referees out here too. So looks like we are just about to get underway here on Championship Court. This is a quarterfinal matchup. Winner moves on, plays the winner of Jesse Irvin, Anna Bright, Lauren Stratman, Paris Todd. My goodness, if you're on the grounds, you need to duplicate yourself to go walk around and watch some of these matches. Jansen, David, Waters, and Parento in a semifinal. On the men's side, I'm looking at this too, Christine. You got Wright and Newman will be taking on Yates and Arnold. Wilson and Kohler taking on Frazier and Hewitt. Those are two quarterfinal matchups. Tyler Loong and DJ Young taking on Deckel Barr and JW Johnson in another quarterfinal. And then DeVilliers McGuffin, who we just saw, will be taking on the Johns brothers.
It is definitely $25 well spent to come on down here to these grounds if you can see them. We're airing 3 different courts. We've got 3 different championship courts here that everybody, I believe, can grab on Selkirk TV. Is that right? We're being aired there.
Yep.
Yeah, so there are 3 courts, championship 1, 2, and 3. So they'll be able to catch a lot of the action from home as well.
All right, so it looks like we are set and ready to go. Lucy Kovalova will be serving to Sarah Ansbury to start. 2 out of 3.
Time in, 0-0-2.
Spot in the semifinals at stake.
Point. 1-0-2.
was a great shot the middle on that ball.
Yep. Again, Gaten Leach, do not go to sleep on her. Anyone thinks that this is going to be a walk in the park for Kovalova and Callie Smith, buckle up here. These ladies came ready to play. They're going to take a little love off the tape, too, to start here.
And who doesn't want to be on the winning side of a little love off the piece of off the tape?
1-1-1.
Nice shot. Good hands there from Gaten Leach, but too much Kovalova right there. You let her get on top of a ball like that.
Sarah thought she was going to catch her off guard, but no luck there. Kovalova was ready.
Sign up.
This is rare.
1-1-1.
So you've seen Gaten Leach and Ansbury not stack right now. They're just playing straight up to start.
1-1-2.
Wow, Callie Smith coming in hot right there, getting that poach.
2-1-2.
It was a great move. Great, perfectly timed move on her part. Oh, there's a shot you always want back. The missed serve.
1-2-1.
Oh, too good. What a lob from the veteran, Sarah Ansbury. And the reason that lob's effective, Callie Smith went for the Ernie, Lucy Kovalova pinch middle. Sarah, knowing the open spot, is up over the top of Kovalova.
You see Kovalova and Gaten Leach, I mean, goodness gracious, Ansbury and Gaten Leach got caught back at the baseline, and Kovalova and Smith just took advantage of that. I think that's one of the hardest leaves in pickleball. That one that's going cross court that's going to angle off the side of the court. I feel like it's the toughest ball to really consciously let go.
Because if the court was wider, it stays in, but the court's not that wide.
Right.
Point.
So Ansbury just missing again, wide. And Callie Smith and Lucy Kovalova will take a 1-point lead.
3-2-1.
Nice leave. Good hands from Sarah Ansbury right there.
It's a great quick call. She called that early. Didn't give Gaten Leach an opportunity to jump up and take it, even though it looked fun to hit.
3-2-2.
You know, something you hear, we haven't heard much is really a lot of grunting out here. We heard Gaten Leach grunting a little bit. I really like, though, that means she's breathing through her shots. She's exhaling, and so many players hold their breath.
Oh, yeah, you weren't here with Witskin and Weinbach. Split age day.
I did miss that, and I'm sure there was a lot of grunting there.
Yes. Nice spot there from Callie Smith. Gaten Leach and Ansbury couldn't get out of the transition area.
But grunting is a true sign that you're breathing through the shot. So many players hold their breath.
2-3-2.
Such a good job by Callie Smith and Lucy Kovalova there, moving their dinks around. So down the line to the middle cross court. They're not letting Gaten Leach or Ansbury settle in to a rally, going the same spot over and over again. Yeah, and again, the reason that that's being successful right now is right there. They got Gaten Leach leaning or reaching. She pops that up, and it's the put away.
4, 2, 1.
Gaten Leach backed off and let it go, and then Kovalova goes backhand, and then another backhand flip down the middle for the winner.
They definitely anticipated that shot might carry out, and it simply didn't. Not enough oomph on it.
Kovalova getting every one of those back because neither Gaten Leach or Ansbury could create an angle.
5, 2, 2.
Oh, a little long. I like the shot from Ansbury. She's just got to back off a little because Callie Smith pitched middle. She was totally vacating that area. Oh, Gaten Leach, great hands right there. I mean, Callie Smith and Lucy Kovalova were standing right in front of each other.
They're very close together. They really anticipated Kovalova's poach to be the finisher, but Gaten Leach, again, no, ma'am, I'm taking that back to your empty corner.
Nice ball from Ansbury. She sees Callie Smith start to go for this Ernie here. And you watch her hold that ball on her paddle. Callie Smith had already committed to the Ernie. Ansbury hits the vacated spot. They get off two. Oh, and
did that touch you?
yeah, so Kovalova was like, no, that hit my visor as it went past her.
Yes, you are. Thank you, ma'am.
So Ansbury and Gaten Leach were making sure that that was
4,
called.
6, 1.
It is.
Second server. 4, 6, 2.
Oh, wow. I mean, that's a surprise from Ansbury. And you only see that when you get surprised as Callie Smith just smacked at it with her left
5,
hand.
6, 2.
And Gaten Leach and Ansbury now within one. Great dig. Yeah, nice ball there from Callie Smith on the sideline.
Sarah tried extremely hard to soften it, but just not happening.
6, 5, 1.
Good speed up there from Ansbury. She caught Callie Smith in transition, jammed her up a little bit.
6, 5, 2.
Oh, wow. Sierra Gaten Leach going right down the boulevard. And all you have is Callie Smith and Lucy Kovalova looking right at each other going, yours.
They were frozen checking out the street.
Oh, Gaten Leach jamming up. Callie Smith right there, and we are all tied at 6.
Gaten Leach definitely took advantage of Callie being super low and leaning forward. Took advantage of her by hitting her hard.
The gimme right there. Can't make mistakes like that against Kovalova and Callie Smith. You need to take advantage of every single opportunity you get.
Gaten Leach definitely called that, but Sarah was already knee deep in the shot and went ahead and tried to finish it.
Nice ball by Kovalova right at the feet of Gaten Leach.
Six, 6-1.
Good talk from Ansbury. Tell Gaten Leach not to play that. I don't think she's going to be able to get to it anyway. Ball about 10 feet out, but good communication, good partner communication.
6-2.
Boy, Gaten Leach starting to feel it right now. She's in a little bit of a zone here, 6-6.
You can definitely feel her energy. It's positive, it's excited. She's maybe feeding off the energy here in the stadium.
Second server. Six, 6-2.
Nice finish from Callie Smith. And a side out, but we're still all tied here at 6.
Six, 6-1.
Nice finish.
Sarah stayed quiet there, and I think she just couldn't help Gaten Leach decide if that ball was going to land in or out. They had to wait on the ball to bounce, and got, you know, they took advantage of that.
Second server. Seven, 6-2.
Oh, Gaten Leach caught reaching in just a little too much. And a 2-point lead back here for Callie Smith and Lucy Kovalova. Oh, Gaten Leach, 2 mistakes right there. Quick timeout here from Ansbury and Gaten Leach as Kovalova and Smith start to pull away here, Christine. They're starting to play a little more clean, but also Gaten Leach, 2 mistakes right there. Last 2, is that the difference maker?
That is, I think that's definitely been the difference maker. Gates Leach, she's missed a few shots, 3 or 4 that maybe they appear to be sitters from out here. You know, when you're in there and you're hitting them, it's much more difficult, but they are definitely shots that she probably really would not normally miss, but she is making them. And once you start making those errors, it can get in your head. Yeah. Now, you maybe start overcorrecting, over-adjusting. Even though you just barely missed it, you start making adjustments that over-adjusting for that. So if she can get those consistency back, you know, they could potentially gain these 3 points back, but they are going to need to come out with a fresh new perspective, shake off those errors, as I've used before, you know, the goldfish memory, very short memory, shake those errors off, move on. But, you know, what I've really liked and appreciated with Smith and Kovalova is they are, once they start down an area, they stick with it, and they've been doing that well.
All right, out of that timeout, 9-6 lead for Smith and Kovalova. Yeah, it's 3 mistakes there from Gaten Leach, and she's hanging in because Kovalova's decided she's going to attack her until she can do something with it.
10-6-2.
We've got our first game point.
Yeah, and Gaten Leach can't convert on the combo. Lucy Kovalova ends it right down the middle with an 11-6 victory. So Kovalova and Smith take game 1. They were tested a little bit by Gaten Leach early on and Ansbury, but it was 6-6, 5-0 run for Smith and Kovalova. We're going to go to game 2. We'll take a quick commercial break here at the Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships.
I will dig deep.
I will crush this game.
Athletes know nutrition drives performance.
I will not slow down.
Superior Lab supplements help you power up and recover faster.
I will never surrender.
Superior Labs is a proud sponsor of USA Pickleball.
Fruit Smash Super Hot Seltzer with real juice. It's party juice.
Callie Smith and Lucy Kovalova were tested in game 1, but go on a 5-0 run to end it. Ansbury and Gaten Leach trying to answer here in game number 2. Oh, wow. Kovalova reading that speed up in the middle from Ansbury. And a quick side out.
Zero, 0-1.
Oh, Ansbury coming in hot after she clipped the tape on that overhead backhand.
0-0-2.
Oh, jamming up Ansbury right there is Callie Smith.
It's definitely a tricky shot from below the net. It's just Sarah wasn't expecting her to pull it at her from below the net.
1-0-2.
Yeah, Gaten Leach just not dialed in like she was early in game 1. She's gone off the tape with about 4 of her last 5 shots.
And that can be, it can be brutal on your confidence as you play the game. And I feel like she's playing maybe a little less confident than she was earlier. And that, again, you've got to let it go.
So Callie Smith going for that. Going for that Ernie right there, and what happens is if she makes contact with the ball in the Ernie, she can go past the plane of the net. But if she does not make contact with the ball, she has to stay on her side. She breaks that plane,
0-3-1.
and it's a fault. Nice finish there from Gaten Leach.
Hopefully that helps build her confidence back. Watch her finish that very confidently, and a little fist pump at the end.
1-3-1. Second server.
I would like to see Gaten Leach move a little bit better, get a little bit lighter on her feet. I felt like she was not quite moving and hitting the ball. I'd like to see her get a little lighter on her feet for a few points.
Oh, and Hansberry just pulling up on that at the last second. She's got to stay down and through that.
3-1-1.
Oh, just too much right there as Kovalova finds the middle. Her and Callie Smith both kind of share a smirk as they have started to figure it out here.
4-1-1. Point.
They definitely caught, Callie caught Gaten Leach stepping 1 feet, 2 feet maybe behind the non-volley zone line, and that's just not a place you want to be. You want to stay up there, hang in there if you can. Set yourself up for better positioning.
Good spot right at the feet of Lucy Kovalova right there.
5-1-2.
Nice job. Good pressure by Ansbury and Gaten Leach.
And I felt a lot of that again was set up. Sarah hit a beautiful deep return. Really kind of set them up to be on and comfortably up at the net.
Long on the forehand from Ansbury.
One, 5-2.
Nice finish right down to Boulevard 4. Sierra Gaten Leach.
She was low and ready for that shot.
2-5-2. Start out. 5-2-1.
Wow, what a hands battle from these ladies, but Gaten Leach off the tape. And it is all Kovalova and Smith here in game 2.
6-2-1. Second server.
Yeah, a little miscommunication in the middle, sensing maybe a timeout here from Ansbury and Gaten Leach. No,
Yes,
they're going to
ma'am.
try and weather the storm.
7-2-2.
Good, good talk, right?
Great communication. We're on the same train there, Dominic. Great communication. Gaten Leach called that early for Ansbury, so Ansbury knew to let it go, confidently knew to let it go.
2-7-2. Thank you. I will recall. 2-7-1. Point.
Little wide there on the cross-court dink, and Gaten Leach and Ansbury on the board again.
3-7-1.
Trying to creep back in here. Good hands from Ansbury on the forehand side there,
And the key to having hands like that is have your paddle up and ready.
4-7-1.
Nice ball down the middle for
Ansbury. Yeah, you see her. She reaches out and grabs that ball. She doesn't overreach, right? It's a perfect spot for her to make a nice volley right down the boulevard.
5-7-1.
Oh, wow. Just a little
Second
flip
server.
forehand has Ansbury and Gaten Leach moving forward.
5-7-2.
Cannot punch that through.
She had to overreach for it. I think it came a little higher into her than she was anticipating, so she pushed it a little long.
7-5-1. Second server.
Ansbury and Gaten Leach have made a little comeback, you know. At 7-5, they gained a little ground.
Point. Yes, ma'am. 8-5-2. Sign out.
Smith really wanted to take that. She stepped in, stayed low, wanted to pull that just to the right-hand side of Gaten Leach, who was leaning center. Saw the opening, but just shot that a little wide.
Wow, that's just punished there from Callie Smith.
She didn't shoot that one a little wide. Trying to go right at the feet of Gaten Leach.
5-8-2.
Oh,
just too much Callie Smith right there.
Absolutely, some beautiful defense. Some beautiful defense, but yeah, a lot of Callie Smith in there. She definitely had the advantage.
Yeah, and a timeout here from Sierra Gaten Leach and Sarah Ansbury. What's going to be the difference for them to try and get back here, win this second game, Christine, and force a third game?
Well, you know, they're going to really need to neutralize the power that Callie Smith is bringing to the table right now. You know, I feel like Ansbury's been trying to speed it up, but I feel like that's not making the best use of her partner's skill either at this point. So I think what they really need to do is figure out how to neutralize it. That's keep the ball a little lower, maybe a little softer, not even going for such an offensive dink, maybe soften it, force Smith and Kovalova to generate the power versus using what they're trying to give them.
Yep. All right, so crowd getting fired up here. We got another good one for you here next. Leah Jansen and Vivian David taking on 1 seed Annalie Waters and Catherine Parento coming up next here on Championship Court. So right after this one, we got another good one for you.
And I think we've got a presentation coming up here potentially in between courts. I see some juniors hanging here. Rob Davidson.
8-5-1.
Oh, and Ansbury goes a little wide there. And now Kovalova and Smith 2 points away
9-5-1.
from moving on to the semifinals where they would face Jessie Irvin and Anna Bright. Nice ball by Gaten Leach, backside of Callie Smith.
Nine, 5-2.
Lucy Kovalova able to get on top of that and give her and Callie Smith a game and match point.
No, you're not, man. Ten, 5-2.
All right, down the boulevard, and it's game number 2 going to Kovalova and Callie Smith by a score of 11-5.
Callie Smith and Lucy.
That was an outstanding match. You can feel the energy. Both teams, you know, while it's disappointing to be the loser, you can see that both teams are smiling and happy because they are here at the Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships, one of the greatest tournaments in the country, in the most beautiful venue in the country. So we're going to hear a little bit from them, but we're also, stay with us, shortly after the player interview, we're going to have, you know, it's also junior day here at the Pickleball Nationals, and the juniors start out the day playing a little mixed doubles. They've got some gender doubles tonight and some singles tomorrow. So what we've got is the Pickleball Legacy Scholarship. They are giving the gold and silver medalists this morning a scholarship, some scholarship funds for, you know, winning and partaking and being a part of this event. So we're going to see the juniors and hear a little bit more about that after we hear from the winners of the Smith, Kovalova, Ansbury, Gaten Luch match. So we're going to hear from Dominic here down on who is courtside here right now. Turning it over to Dom.
Back here on court, I am with Callie Smith and Lucy Kovalova. Let's give it up for these ladies. Lucy, I'll start with you. Ansbury, Gaten Leach, they came out hot. What did you guys do to kind of neutralize them?
Yeah, we started our match great, and then they came back, so it was like 6-all for a while. And, you know, we were just sticking with the strategy and trying to move the ball around, see what's there, and then it's about execution.
All right, and Callie, playing next to Lucy, very comfortable. How is it that the comfortability of playing with someone that you know and then going into a matchup against a team that you may not know so well?
I think it makes all the difference in the world. When you're comfortable on the court, you play relaxed, you play confident, and Lucy just exudes confidence on the court. So for me, it makes it really easy as a partner. So I love it. She's always a competitor every day, and I know she's going to bring it every time on the court, and I just get excited to play with her. It's like Christmas every day.
You hear the crowd, aww. All right, well, Lucy Lucy Kovalova, Callie Smith, they're moving on. We're going to be moving on to our next matchup here. Annalie Waters, Catherine Parento taking on Vivian David and Leah Jansen here at the 2022 Margaritaville National Championships. The 2022 Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships are brought to you by Margaritaville, a state of mind since 1977. City of Indian Wells, Indian Wells, beauty unmatched. Franklin Sports, the official ball and youth development partner of USA Pickleball. Consumer Cellular, proud sponsor of USA Pickleball. Fila, the official supplier for the national championships.
I will dig deep.
I will crush this game.
Athletes know nutrition drives performance.
I will not slow down.
Superior Lab supplements help you power up and recover faster.
I will never surrender.
Superior Labs is a proud sponsor of USA Pickleball.
You don't get the moments everyone talks about without the moments no one sees. Early morning practice, late night drills, running it over and over. You don't get the crowd without the quiet. Everyone sees the glory, the medal, the podium, but every winning shot starts right here. Paddle Tech, let's go again.
Match point, it's all up to me. Nothing can get in my way. And when they ask, what are you gonna do next? I'll say, I'm going.
We're going to Margaritaville!
You can go to Margaritaville too. Visit MargaritavilleResorts.com.
Consumer Cellular has the best customer service.
They care about the customer.
The best price with the best quality.
The prices, the coverage.
The coverage is great.
It was the same, if not better.
Consumer Cellular provides the exact same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers for half the cost. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get talk, text, and data starting at just $20 a month.
It's like 4 scoops of ice cream for the price of 1.
Switch today and get a 100% risk-free guarantee. Call or go online.
If you run, if you spin, if you jump, walk, hit, climb, hustle, or just move, you bounce. Bounce 50% less with SheFit. We got you, because we are you. SheFit.
All right, welcome back to Championship Court. Women's Pro Doubles next here on Championship Court. Your 1 seed, we have not seen them yet today. Anna Lee Waters and Catherine Parento taking on your 4 seed, Leah Jansen and Vivian David. Going to be a good matchup here. This is a semifinal matchup. Winner moves on to the winner bracket final. We're going to throw it down courtside where we have our player introductions. All right, ladies and gentlemen, a semifinal matchup here on the Women's Pro Double side. Who's ready for this one? First, your 4 seed out of Austin, Texas, Leah Jansen. And her partner making her nationals debut, also out of Austin, Texas, Vivian David. Their opponents, your 1 seed out of Naples, Florida, Catherine Parento. And her partner, 3-time national champion out of Delray Beach, Florida, Anna Lee Waters. Your referee for this match out of Fort Myers, Florida, Larry Scott. All right, semifinal number 1 on the women's side here, Christine. Obviously a good one. We're playing true to form so far on the women's side. Your top 4 seeds have moved on to the semifinals. This is 1 versus 4. Jansen, David, Waters, Parento. Predictions, Christine.
I'll tell you what, I made a prediction yesterday and I failed miserably. I tried to stick with the seeds, you know, I believed in the seeds, and you know what, they tripped me up. So I am staying away from predictions.
Okay.
What I am going to focus on is what each of these players does best. 2 of my favorite resetters in the game are out here right now. Catherine Parento, love watching her play, got to play with her at the US Open a while back. And you know what, Kim Kleisters was my favorite tennis player. Catherine Parento, Kim Kleisters was good at sliding around the court. Sliding on a hard court, not easy to do. Catherine Parento can do the same thing. Always impressed by that. Always impressed by her ability to get low, dig balls out, and stay with it. Same thing with Vivian David. They're 2 of my favorite resetters, favorite scrappy digger players. Now, opposite that, you know, not opposite them, but in different styles, you've got young Anna Lee, who loves to hit the ball hard, and Leah Jansen, who also likes to hit the ball hard, right? So I think this is going to be interesting. Now, this is a new pairing because Anna Lee didn't get to play with Mom Lee as Mom Lee got injured yesterday. But I think this is going to be, you know, it's going to be a little bit different than Anna Lee is used to. And we're going to see some fabulous resets and some fabulous power, the combination that I think makes this sport so exciting.
Yeah, not for nothing. I know there's people been out there for a while that have wanted to see this Anna Lee Waters, Catherine Parento team up. Unfortunate that Lee Waters got hurt yesterday. She tweaked the knee. Still don't know the extent of the injury, but it has caused her not to be able to play today. But we are getting to see this kind of, hey, thrown together Catherine Parento, Anna Lee Waters team, and they just step right in and go, hey, we're the 1 seed. So it's going to be very interesting. But you talk and mention Kim Kleisters, you know, and she's now into pickleball. I got a chance to talk with her, meet her in Columbus, Ohio, as she is one of the new owners with Tom Brady of a new MLP team. So she was super nice. Got to see her on the court a little bit. I want to talk about smooth as can be. You know, Kim looked very good, but you compared her to Vivian David and how she moves and whatnot, and it'll be very interesting to see because Vivian David, one of the best defenders in the game. She gets everything back. She plays so solid, but what she's added over the past couple of years is some speed to her game. She used to just be that resetter dinker. Now she'll reset you and then come in and attack you and just take your heart out. So we'll see what happens here. Larry Scott, your referee here on court out of Fort Myers, Florida. But again, we are in for some great matches from here on out, all the way through our bronze medal matches tonight. Moving forward to Championship Sunday, where we'll have all those gold medal matches for you. But we've been here all week here at the Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships. And today, it's Franklin Day on the grounds here at the Indian Wells Tennis Garden. I got to interview Aaron Stahl with Franklin in between one of our matches earlier. They pre-released one of their new paddles this week here at Nationals. And after you're here at Nationals, if you don't pick it up, you can't get it until December. So if you're here and you want one, or you're not here and you want one, call someone who is here so they can go over to the Franklin tent and get it for you.
I'll admit I did sneak in and hit that paddle.
I did too.
Had to check it out, get a feel for it.
Well, Aaron grabbed me and he's like, "Hey Dom," he's like, "You want to try it?" I'm like, "Okay, I'll hit with it." I'm like, "It's a nice paddle. It's very nice." It is the paddle that J.W. Johnson and Julie Johnson are both using this weekend. And Georgia does not use that paddle. She uses another paddle.
They have definitely done some creative things with the surface on that, giving it an interesting feel, solid feel. And you know, don't forget that the ball out here being used all week is the Franklin X40. And they have been out tossing those out to the people in the stands today, creating a little energy, making some excitement. And who doesn't want to have a free pickleball?
They're like gold. You go to a park, pickleballs are like gold. Right? Do not want to leave. If I came with 3, I'm leaving with 3.
Leaving with 3.
It may not be the same 3, but I'm leaving with 3. I came with 3 neon Franklin X40s. I'm leaving with 1 neon, 1 pink, and 1 fire red. But I'm still leaving with 3 balls.
Still leaving with 3.
Yeah. So it looks like we are just about ready to go. Crowd getting fired up here.
Looks like Catherine and Lee won. That have opted for the serve, whether they wanted or were deferred to it, but they definitely are going to, looks like they're going to be the ones starting out this match.
And I'm done predicting good side, bad side, because I don't know. It doesn't matter right now, because the guys' match to the women's match was totally different side to side.
Yep. You know, and I tend to think that you can, if you're really focused on the ball, you're not seeing anything else anyway, regardless of what's going on in the background.
On my right to receive, Leah Jansen, Vivian David. On my left to serve, Catherine Parento, Anna Lee Waters. Game 1, time in, 0-0-2.
Oh, Jansen going a little wide on that forehand.
One, 0-2.
And that's exactly what I talked about. Vivian David will stay in there a little bit with you, but then eventually she's going to pull that trigger.
Well, you know, it's just smart use of that. It's just smart use. Set it up. You set yourself up. Take advantage of it.
Ball creeps over, or peeked over, but doesn't come over.
They're using the C&D pickleball nets here, so it's a temp net, yet not a temp net.
Waters coming in, trying to win on that forehand. I like the approach, but some great defense there from Catherine Parenteau.
Definitely got to see that defense that Catherine Parenteau is so good at.
Yeah, great job by Parenteau getting that ball down at the feet of Leah Jansen.
1-1-1. Point.
And you're seeing too, Annalie Waters and Catherine Parenteau not stacking, they're just playing straight up.
Second serve.
So basically what they're saying is we feel equally comfortable on both sides of the net, on both sides of the court.
Two, 1-2. Side out. One, 2-1.
That's good ball there from Jansen. She doesn't leave it. It's almost teasing Parenteau into pulling the trigger there.
That's an excellent way to put it, because it was a little bit of a tease. She had to reach a little further than she wanted.
Second serve.
Jansen trying to loosen herself up there. I think she thought she was a little tight on that drive. Oh, nice pull from Jansen. The little one-handed roll here in the middle. Jansen, one of the best at that shot right there. She loves that one-handed roll.
Yes, ma'am.
What we're really seeing and watching these points as they stay in these dink rallies, how low all of the players stay.
Oh, good lead from Parenteau right there. Jansen can't get enough topspin on that to keep that in.
Two, 3, 1.
That return go a little wide?
Yep.
3, 3, 1.
So all tied up here early at 3, game number 1.
Point.
Winner will move on to the winner bracket final and is guaranteed a top 3 finish.
Second serve.
And here you see Catherine Parenteau tap her legs. Meaning she's got to get down on that. She kind of stood straight up as she went to push that ball back up and over. Got to stay low.
Leave it.
Wow, Annalie Waters, little slick two-hander right down the line. But you watch her body momentum is going back towards the middle, and she keeps that paddle right there and just pushes it right down the line.
An extremely difficult shot to execute, changing directions of the ball, especially when your body's leaning different. We've seen a couple of things here that one thing I've noticed is, you know, Leah will call Vivian off. Vivian hits the ball anyway. I like that what they're doing is, hey, all right, I'm hitting it anyway. We're going to keep on playing, and you shake it off and you move on from that.
Right. Waters going a little high on the body of Vivian David, going right shoulder. Nothing personal, just business.
And I felt like she actually wanted to bring it down a little more than she was able to execute.
Oh, good spot from David. She had Waters leaning to the sideline here. Watch this. Waters is on that left foot heavy, and that ball goes right through the middle.
4-5-2.
Almost able to dig it out, but great pressure from Jansen and David, Christine.
Agreed. You know, we're really seeing a good mix of what I thought earlier. We're seeing great defense, great offense, and overall some fun pickleball. And you know, that's one of my favorite things about Vivian. Every shot she hits with a smile. Even if she misses it, she smiles at the end. Love her positive attitude.
Wow, Leah Jansen going a little wide there. What defense from Waters and Parento right there.
6-5-1. Point.
It's a 2-point lead here for Waters and Parento.
7-5-1.
Waters, great step in, a little shake and bake action right there.
That was a great move. It was beautiful. It just caught Vivian off guard.
And we're going to take a timeout here as Leah Jansen and Vivian David going to regroup and talk about what they need to do and what is it, Christine, that they do need to do to get back in this first game.
That's an excellent question, Dominic. We're going to see this. Well, let's see this replay first before we go into what they need to do to adjust.
It's just great defense. Look at this defense from Parento and Jansen, or Parento and Waters, and Jansen ends up hitting that cross-court thing just a little wide.
So what I'm seeing, or what I'm thinking, is I feel like Jansen and David are popping the ball up just a little bit, giving us, and it's not much. It's just a minor opening that Catherine and Annalie are taking advantage of. Everybody's defending well, everybody's playing well, and taking advantage of these opportunities. But what I feel like Jansen and David are maybe just giving a few more opportunities to Parento and Waters. It's just a small pop-up, so they've really got to maybe control that a little bit, keep it down a little bit more, stay away from giving them those chances.
8-5-1.
So Jansen kind of indecisive right there. What she wanted to do was either pull the trigger on that or go back cross court.
And she definitely went with the make up your mind after and some of it may have been, was she going to let it bounce or grab it out of the air?
So now you would have think that Parento and Waters have been playing together for years. the switch was silent, right? As Annalie Waters came across to poach on the the fifth shot on the shake and bake, she slid over. Parento just silently slid right behind her, filled the gap, and then they were right back in the point. That's just experience. That's veteran players. That's knowing where you are on the court and what you need to do.
And that's exactly it. Court awareness, partner awareness. And sometimes it just comes instinctually, and you can see that's what's happening between these two today.
Yeah, and so you see inside the huddle of Vivian David and Leah Jansen. You know, they're trying to slow the momentum down of Parento and Waters, but it just seems like Parento and Waters starting to find a little bit of a groove here, Christine.
They absolutely are. I felt in those last 2 points, Leah actually pulled the trigger a little too soon. The ball wasn't quite there. You know, maybe just a smidge more patience out of her would help a little bit. But I see why she's that way, because you never know when when your opponents are gonna start the attack. But definitely, maybe just a smidgen more patience.
Time in. 10, 5, 1. Second serve.
There's that
good timeout so far, but there's that. You're saying that
one hand roller that you were referencing earlier that she's so good at.
Good timeout.
Good call. Again, as I say it too much probably, but you can't take them with you.
Point.
Okay.
6, 10, 1. Second serve.
And you hear Leah Jansen going, I like it.
6, 10, 2.
Just wide off the tape there.
Looks like we're going to have ourselves a game point here.
Yep, it's our first
for
one.
Waters and Parento.
1. Second serve.
Tried to make that pickup, just sent it just a little bit wide. So
game point number 2 here, trying to.
Jansen and David held off once.
Waters trying to make something happen on that third ball, but she poaches right there, but then that last one's just a little out of her reach.
6, 10, 1.
Needs to leave that for Parento to reset and get back in that point.
Oh, Vivian missed that by just an inch or two, but it was a great, I like the idea for sure. She had Catherine down low and able to send that ball a little high.
2.
Oh, nice
Point.
coverage right there from Vivian David as she sees that Parento's going to pull down the line. Closed that off.
7, 10, 2.
Again, Waters went to the same spot again. I'm not sure why, because David's got that covered right now, and you're going to get a timeout here from Waters and Parento. And the first time, okay, I see it. That's fine from Waters, but not doubling up again on the second one as David was ready for it not a minute ago.
Yeah, you know what? But I always say that's only happened once so far. The other times she's been anticipating that middle and really doing a nice job. So I see why she's fading that way. You know, the trend hasn't been this, but Leah is now seeing an opening and she's taking advantage of it. So it would have to be, you know, one time I'd probably let it go, 2 times I let it go, third time, then no, for sure I'm going to make some adjustments. But first couple of times I'm probably not going to adjust until I'm like, oh yeah, this is a trend and now I've got to fix it. It's an important, you know, point, unfortunately. We're now at 8-10 with Jansen and David looking to hang in there. Server 1, right? Server 2, just kidding.
Yeah.
Receivers, 1 timeout left. Servers, no timeouts left. Time in. 8-10-2.
Wow. Great hands from Leah Jansen to keep them in that point.
And a great move on David's part. She had actually been pushed back a couple feet off the non-volley zone line, anticipated and came up and hit that with some authority. Oh.
So it was 10-6.
Mm-hmm.
They get back within 10-9.
After that timeout.
Oh, and Catherine Parento right down that line with the winner.
11-9.
Just catching the outside of the line.
Yeah, tough ball right there, but an 11-9 victory for Waters and Parento. Game 1. We'll have game 2 right on the other side of this commercial break from the Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships.
Match point, it's all up to me. Nothing can get in my way. And when they ask, what are you gonna do next? I'll say, I'm going.
We're going to Margaritaville!
You can go to Margaritaville too. Visit MargaritavilleResorts.com.
Game number 2 here about to happen. Semifinal on the women's side of things. Winner of this match gets the winner of Callie Smith, Lucy Kovalova, Jessie Irvin, and Anna Bright. Game 1 going to Annalie Waters and Catherine Parento. It was close, Christine. 11-9.
Game 2, time in. 0-0-2.
Vivian David to serve to start game number 2. Yeah, good ball there by David at the right foot of Catherine Parento.
You know that David and Jansen really want to get off to a good start. They made that ending so close. They made it, sure made it a nail biter. Again, I love how Vivian David just gets so low, and that is really how you're able to dig out so many balls.
0-1-1.
It's just, what hands by these ladies. I mean, the hands battles that we're accustomed to seeing in women's doubles.
1-1-1.
Good dig from Parento, just Waters can't get that last one. Still tied up here early in game number 2, 1 apiece. Oh, good hands from Jansen off the tape from Waters. That's just not easy.
It's not. She made it seem easy because she stayed so slow. She didn't rush. You realize you got more time than you really think you have.
Nice ball right down the boulevard for Catherine Parento. Watch her reach in and take that down the middle. But again, using her length, good reach, and not trying to overdo it. But that's because you get frustrated. You try and be perfect because Parento and Waters are getting everything back. Yes, Christine?
Absolutely. Use the right word in there, frustrated.
Oh, nice pull right there. Waters hit that really well. Almost didn't look like she was going to pull that trigger there. Almost looked like she was going to go cross court. Again, same thing. Pulled that trigger right down the sideline.
And again, it's just frustrating, right? You want to hit the winner. And what I'm seeing Parento do so well is absorb the pace and block the ball back.
Second serve.
Waters just out in front of that a little.
3-1-2.
Little long on the return as David trying to get to her spot on the stack. So just try to float that return. Yeah, you're just seeing Parento and Waters just grind these points out. Annalie Waters pulling the trigger pretty much whenever she wants and getting another ball that she could put away. What are you seeing is the difference here on the side of Jansen and David that they're not doing, Christine?
Honestly, I really feel like they were going for a little bit more earlier. Now I think they are trying to outpatient their opponents. And, you know, they've done some things really nicely. They actually had Parento and Waters pushed back. They were up at the net, and they pushed them back, and then they made an error. They aren't hitting their finishers that they were making earlier. And so I think they're missing some finishers, maybe not playing as patient.
All right, we'll see out of this timeout what the discussion was from Jansen and David as they come back in down 5-1 game 2. Waters and Parento trying to move on. As Larry Scott, our lead referee, brings us back in. It's Annalie Waters serving, up by 4, game 2.
Maybe they need to use that philosophy I said yesterday. Breathe.
Yeah.
They are rushing some of the finishers and missing them.
Wow, that's set up by Annalie Waters pulling the trigger on the little drop from Parento. She got that ball popped up, and it just kept getting higher, higher until she was able to finally finish.
1-5-2.
Wow. See Parento go a little scorpion action where she gets on top of that. Watch her squat down. On the speed up. And gets right down, smacks that ball.
Scorpion action, huh?
Yep. Are you kidding me? Annalie Waters is everywhere. You see her in the middle, just juking, shaking back and forth. Unbelievable.
At this point, I'm actually wondering about staying away from Annalie's two-handed backhand. I know her forehand can be just as threatening, but her backhand is just really spot on fire today.
7-1-2. Sorry. 7-1-2. Point.
It's just a little confusion right there in the middle. David coming in behind Jansen, but just too much power here from Waters and Parento. So timeout here from Jansen and David, down 8-1. It's just, it's too much Waters and Parento right now. They're playing loose, they're playing free, they're playing fast, they're speeding balls up whenever they want, and Jansen and David just have no answer right now, Christine.
And you know, when you're on top, when you're up 8-1, it's so much easier to play, as you said, loose, easy, fast. It's so much easier to be relaxed when you're up on top and you've got that lead. It actually then can make you play even better than you were because you're not feeling any pressure. So what Jansen and David have got to figure out is how are they going to apply some pressure? How are they going to slow the momentum, change the game up? I'm thinking, you know, maybe some deeper, loftier returns. I don't know, just something to start mixing the pace up a little bit so that it forces Waters and Parento to think a little bit more about what's happening.
All right, so as we come back in, it's all good right there. Just maybe think a little bit more, make them think a little bit. But right now, there's no time to think because they're speeding the ball up so much and so fast. I mean, Annalie Waters goes around the post, gets back, goes right at David, and then goes inside out.
Parento made a great move, great cover. Like you said, they look like a well-oiled machine right out there. Just, oh, David, you can really feel, they're really feeling the pressure at this point. Makes it tough to miss, you know, when you miss some of those shots you wouldn't normally miss.
And it's match point pretty quickly here. Yeah, and that does it now. 11-9, 11-1, two totally different games, Christine.
Very, very different. But it was definitely, you know, an all Waters Parento second game there. It was made it very, very difficult for Jansen and David to really try and get back in that match. And, you know, unfortunately then your confidence kind of starts to go. You start to feel a little bit beaten up, and that's kind of what I felt like Waters and Parento were doing. They were kind of starting to beat them up. They're clicking, they're gelling well as a team today. They're moving well, they're covering each other well. And, you know, but what I like about it is everybody looks like they're having a good time out there. And as I keep, you know, bringing up is that, you know, we are in pickleball paradise. We've got the Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships, and we have got a fun crowd out here. Each round we've had team from Franklin or Margaritaville out tossing things into the stand. So we're going to send this down to Dom so you can hear from Annalie and Catherine on the match.
One more time, ladies and gentlemen, for these phenomenal ladies on championship court. I have Catherine Parento, Annalie Waters. You guys moving on to that winner bracket final. Annalie, going into that matchup, you know your opponents very well. 11-9 in game one, a very tight win. What put you guys over the edge?
Yeah, I think we got a little complacent, up 10-6, I think, and we played a couple loose points, but we called that timeout and tried to, talk our strategy, and I think we came out and we executed what we talked about during the timeout.
All right, and Catherine, Annalie hits on, you got a little complacent there. No complacency in game two, 11-1 victory. What was the difference maker?
I think we felt a little bit more comfortable. Every game that we're playing now, we just feel a little bit more comfortable, and I think we finally got into the groove, and we were just having fun out there. It was really fun playing with AL and not playing against her for once.
All right, well, you heard it here. Catherine likes playing with her, not against her. So we're done here on YouTube and For the Fans. Thank you guys for joining us. We're signing off. We'll be back at 3 o'clock on ESPN Plus here at the Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships.